Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. All right, George Hoffman, thank you.
The 2023 Strasburg Express are on the air from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. It is the 2023 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kyle Gutschall. Glad to be with you here tonight as we get ready for Game 2 of the Valley Baseball League semifinals between the Charlottesville TomSox and the Strasburg Express. Strasburg leads this series 1-0 after they went on the road last night to knock off the TomSox 8-6. Matt Dickey returns to the mound tonight for the Express as he will look to bounce back from his last start against Woodstock in Game 1 that did not go well. Dickey only lasted 2/3 of an inning in that game, 5 hits, 7 earned runs with a walk and a strikeout. He will look to bounce back here tonight against the Charlottesville TomSox with the TomSox season on the line. Lineup tonight for Charlottesville leading off and playing second base is Bryce Martinez. Batting second and playing short, it's Kyle Edwards. Batting third, Chris Arroyo, the first baseman. Batting fourth, Nathan Fink, the right fielder. Batting fifth tonight for the TomSox, the designated hitter, Aiden Teal. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Henry Ford. Batting seventh is Jacob Ferentz, the catcher. Batting eighth and playing center, it's David Wiley. And batting ninth tonight for Charlottesville, the left fielder, Garrett Spikes. Matt Dickey, the 6'2 righty out of Emmanuel College out of Tallahassee, Florida. Dickey gets the start tonight and will look to propel the Express to the championship series here in the Valley League here tonight. It's a beautiful night at the ballpark. Hard to believe it's not hot. It's actually very comfortable with temperatures hovering around the high 70s. We come in at around 77 degrees as we get ready to start here tonight on the 1st of August in 2023. We are ready for what looks to be a good matchup here tonight. Bryce Martinez will lead it off for the TomSox. And we're ready to rock and roll. Dickey looks in for his signs. The first pitch of the game is a high fly to left field. Castillo gets there to make the catch. Martinez got a little bit under that ball, and Victor Castillo made a great running catch out there towards the gap to make the catch and record the first out of the game at 7:01, and we're underway from Strasburg. That's one way to start it out here tonight. Next batter, Kyle Edwards, the shortstop. Edwards out of Old Dominion University from Chesapeake, Virginia. The pitch from Dickey misses. And it is 1-0. Defensive alignment tonight for the Express. In left, it's Castillo. Center is Woody. And Hodges is in right. At third, it's Smith. Short, LaSala. Parker at second. Ingram at first. And Vaughn doing the catching. That is fouled off. And the count is 1-1. Here in the postseason, Kyle Edwards batting .055. He's 1 for 18. As he bats in the 2 spot here tonight for Charlottesville. Dickey from the left side of the rubber, kicks and delivers, and that is low, 2-1. Again, last start for Dickey, it was very odd. It was nothing like what he had done all summer when he really got hit around against the River Bandits. Strasburg still able to overcome that Game 1 loss to win games 2 and 3. High fly ball off the bat of Edwards. Reese Woody moving to his right, backing up towards the wall, and finally makes the catch. That ball had a little bit extra on it, but it stayed in the ballpark, and there are 2 outs here in the first.
Now batting the first baseman from the University of Florida, number 22, Chris Arroyo.
Very odd, if you're a Valley League fan, for these two teams to be playing in the semifinals instead of the championship series, as they have so many times over the last 6 or 7 years. Here's Arroyo with the one division matchup as that pitch is outside. You play teams that you wouldn't typically play, possibly, as the North and South was scrapped this summer. 1-0 to Arroyo, and that is outside. Chris Arroyo out of the University of Florida from Coral Springs, Florida. He's in a hitter's count 2-0. 5 for 17 in the postseason. He hammers one to right, and that is going to be past the right fielder Hodges and all the way to the wall. Rounding first into second base, and he'll be there standing. It's a 2-out double for Chris Arroyo. He hit it hard, and the right fielder Hodges tried to kind of dive to stop it. Not the best decision, as it went right by him. And it's a 2-out double for the TomSox. Well, last night's game was almost a perfect mirror image of the first game of the postseason for Charlottesville when they got crushed by Front Royal. Front Royal got out to a huge lead, and Charlottesville was just in too big of a hole. Here's the pitch. That is up high to Nathan Fink. They did win, their next two, obviously, but last night, Charlottesville fell behind early. They were down, I think, 7-1, 8-1 at one point. They stormed back and made it a very interesting game. Strasburg just held on to win at 8-6. 1-0 to Fink. That is inside 2-0. So Charlottesville, they have to get off to a better start tonight if they want to try to win this game here tonight. They just, you can't win games when you're behind constantly. 2 balls and no strikes to Fink. Dickey sets and deals. That's up high off the glove of the catcher. Here's the throw to third. It is in time. Nice tag there at third by Mitchell Smith. The ball went off the catcher Vaughn's glove to the backstop. It's a tight backstop here at Strasburg. It's hard to move up, but a great bounce right there, and it worked out for the Express, as caught stealing at third is Arroyo, and that'll do it here in the first. Charlottesville with a 2-out double. They leave no one. We go to the bottom of the first. David Utagawa is on the mound tonight for the TomSox. We'll tell you about him right after this. We go to the bottom of the first. Strasburg coming up to bat as they will face the starter, David Utagawa. Utagawa out of the University of California, Irvine, out of Phoenix, Arizona, 6'4", righty, 230 pounds. Starting lineup tonight for the Strasburg Express. Leading off and playing center, it's Reese Woody. Batting second, the catcher, Logan Vaughn. Batting third and playing third, it's Mitchell Smith. Batting fourth and playing left field, Victor Castillo. Batting fifth is Michael O'Shaughnessy, the designated hitter. Batting sixth and playing first is Chase Ingram. Batting seventh, Anthony LaSala, the shortstop. First pitch to Woody is down and in, nearly hit him. Batting eighth tonight for Strasburg, the second baseman, Cade Parker. And batting ninth, playing position number 9, the right fielder, Jason Hodges. David Utagawa, 1 inning, 3 strikeouts here in the postseason. That's his only appearance. The 1-0. Woody takes a strike, 1-1. Utagawa is who they go with here tonight on the mound. All teams are getting pretty short-handed at this point of the season, but Utagawa has been good as that's off the plate, 2-1. Charlottesville needs to win the next two to have the opportunity to move on to the championship series. Meanwhile, Strasburg trying to win it tonight and move on. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Blew it right by him. Reese Woody here in the postseason is batting .500. He's 8 for 16 with a home run and 5 RBIs. He hit a big 3-run home run last night off of reliever Braden Halliday. 2-2. And that's off the plate. The count is full. Let's get to some of our keys to the game. We'll get to one here in just a second. Might be on cue with what I have to say. 3-2. And ball 4, a leadoff walk to Reese Woody here in the first.
Now batting the catcher.
The batter will be Logan Vaughn, the catcher.
Logan Vaughn.
The visitors' keys to the game for Charlottesville. First off, start strong, avoid another early deficit. Second, limit free passes. Charlottesville actually tied a franchise record last night with the number of walks they allowed. And finally, take advantage of the small ballpark, as that is hit high in the air but foul and out of play. It is 1-0. Another look at the keys to the game tonight for Charlottesville. So they've already walked one to start this game. Walks are a killer. 0-1 to Logan Vaughn, the catcher. And Vaughn is hit by a pitch. And the Express have men on first and second and nobody out here in the first.
Now batting the third baseman from UNC Greensboro, number 25, Mitchell Smith.
And that'll bring Mitchell Smith to the plate. Smith has been swinging it very well as of late. Obviously, the other night, he was the hero with the walk-off 2-run bomb in the bottom of the 10th to propel the Express to this series here with Charlottesville. But he had a good night last night as well, and he'll look to keep it up here with 2 on and nobody out. Utagawa set at the belt and deals, and that's fouled back. It's 0-1. The count to Smith. And the pitch. And that is a strike called. It is 0-2. Mitch Smith batting .411 here in the postseason, 7 for 17 with a home run and 7 RBIs. You'd really like to get him over here. Obviously not going to be bunting now in an 0-2 count, but you'd like to advance the runners early. The pitch. And that's fouled back off the pole and into the stand. Still 0-2.
Please return all foul balls to the train station or to either dugout. In exchange, when it goes to the train station, you'll get a free spot.
We'll get to Strasburg's keys to the game here in just a second. So a walk to lead off the game, or lead off the home half here in the inning, and then a hit by pitch. 0-2 to Mitch Smith. And that is down and away. Smith is out of the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. 6-foot righty, 205, and he's behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Setting the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on a pitch out of the zone, and that's the first out here in the first. It'll bring Victor Castillo to the plate. Victor Castillo looking to get his postseason back on track. Has struggled a little bit the last couple of nights, but he was here early today working on his craft, trying to get ready for this ball game tonight. Castillo grounds it off his foot, foul. And it is 0-1. Home keys to the game for the Strasburg Express. First off, keep hitting. Don't stop adding on. We've seen so much this year, and especially last night. Strasburg got that big lead, but then they left guys on base, left them in scoring position. Obviously, it didn't hurt them, but it almost did last night. Next off, you got to get a quality start out of Matt Dickey. He's a guy that has the ability to throw 5 or 6 innings. he would really help with the lack of arms left for the Express. And finally, you got to make Charlottesville hit the baseball. They have struggled at times this season to hit consistently. They have to do that tonight. 0-1 to Castillo, and that is outside. Victor out of the University of New Orleans from Tallahassee, Florida, 5'11", lefty, 195. Only hitting a .142 in the postseason. He does have 1 home run and 2 RBIs. That home run was a big one. That was in Woodstock, Game 2, tied the game at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to number 1, and that's fouled away. And Utagawa now ahead in the count, 1-2. From my sources, Utagawa was at Northwestern previously. He was primarily a reliever with Northwestern, but obviously, as I mentioned earlier, going to UC Irvine for the upcoming school year. A ball and 2 strikes, and Castillo just gets a piece and fouls it back. And the count is still 1-2. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, Kyle Gutschall with you from First Bank Park in Strasburg on a bit of a foggy, smoggy, cool evening at the ballpark. 1-2. And Castillo lines it down the left field line, but foul. That would have been extra bases for Victor. Instead, it's just a foul ball, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Next pitch will be number 19 for David Utagawa. These two teams, as I mentioned previously, they have fought it out over the years in the postseason. Both two of the newer teams in the league, but they have had some major success over the last 10 years or so. It's very odd playing them in round 2. 1-2. And Castillo strikes out swinging, and that's the second out here in the first.
Now batting the DH from Davidson College, number 17, Michael O'Shaughnessy.
Well, the Express with a prime opportunity here in the first. First and second, nobody out. Back-to-back strikeouts of Smith and Castillo for David Utagawa, and it'll bring Michael O'Shaughnessy, the DH, up, trying to pick up his teammates. O'Shaughnessy out of Davidson. The lefty stands in, and the pitch. That is inside, ball 1. Another game being played tonight. That's in the other semifinal series. Harrisonburg and Winchester. The Turks beat Winchester last night at home, and they're already up 3-0 in the first inning tonight at Winchester. O'Shaughnessy takes up high. It's 1-1. 2-0. The Turks, one of the, if not the best team from start to finish this season in the Valley League. But Charlottesville is the number 1 seed here in the postseason after they had the tiebreaker. They had the second tiebreaker. O'Shaughnessy takes just high, and it's 3-0. On deck's Chase Ingram, the first baseman. So 3 balls, no strikes. Strasburg threatening here early in this ball game. 22 pitches now for Utagawa. 3-0 is popped up, foul, and out of play. It's 3-1. So O'Shaughnessy evidently had the green light. He let it rip there and fouled it out of play. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And that is up high, ball 4. The third free pass of the first inning. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Load the bases for the Express.
First baseman from University of Alabama, Birmingham, number 22, Chase Ingram.
Well, here's Chase Ingram playing first base tonight. Ingram has pitched and he has hit this year. He will bat here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The right-hander awaits the pitch, and that is outside, ball 1. Ingram out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Utagawa from the windup, the 1-0. And a line drive foul. Another well-hit baseball, but just foul by a couple of feet down the right field line. It's 1-1. Pretty good crowd here tonight for Game 2 of the semifinals. ball and a strike. And that is low, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. And Ingram fouls it off, and it's 2-2. Well, with the lack of pitching that pretty much all teams left in the Valley League are facing right now, at least for Strasburg, they're making Utagawa work a little bit. Again, Utagawa's only thrown an inning here in the postseason. He did have 3 strikeouts in that inning. He's got a chance to get out of this jam that he created for himself. 2-2. And that's in the dirt. Full count, and everybody will be moving on the pitch. Woody at third, Vaughn at second, and O'Shaughnessy at first. Strasburg still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Ingram 0 for 7 in the postseason with an RBI. Everybody will be on the move here. And a grounder to first, fielded by the first baseman Arroyo, tossing to Utagawa covering, and the TomSox get out of it unscathed in the first. Strasburg leaves them loaded. We go to the second. Matt Dickey back out onto the mound for the Express. Welcome back to Strasburg. We go to the top of the second. Strasburg with a great opportunity in the first to take the lead, and they didn't take advantage. And we go to the second. It's Nathan Fink who will step back up to the plate after his teammate Arroyo was thrown out, caught stealing back in the first. Want to know the count. And swing and a miss. Dickey threw it right by him. Nathan Fink, the batter. 277 average here in the postseason, 4 RBIs. He's 5 for 18. Bats from the right side here against the righty Dickey. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball. That's the breaking ball that we became accustomed to seeing this year. It's a pitch that's not hittable, and if he does get a piece, it's just going to be a soft grounder to first. A ball and 2 strikes. Dickey deals, and that is low. Tried to go, I don't know if that was a sinker or maybe a changeup, but it was too low, 2-2. Fink out of Florida Southwestern State from Charlottesville, 2-2. And a ground ball to second. It takes a hit off the lip, and it's into the outfield. Would have been a relatively easy play for Cade Parker, but instead it went off the lip and bounced right over his head into the outfield.
There's the DH from the University of Virginia, number 24, Aiden Teal.
And it's a leadoff single for the TomSox. Here's Aiden Teal, the DH out of the University of Virginia. the brother of Kyle Teal, who was drafted in the first round of the Boston Red Sox this season. Teal's been swinging it well in the playoffs, and he pops it up, foul territory down the third base line, and nobody's going to get there. It was playable, but Smith didn't get a good enough jump off out of position on the pitch to get back there, and Castillo didn't really come very close to it either. Teal 7 for 12 here in the playoffs. That's a .583 average, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Oh, 1 the count. Fink at first, Dickey at the belt. He deals. That is low, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That is in the dirt. Great block there from Logan Vaughn. 2-1. Two one to Teal. And that is line down the right field line, but foul. Both teams trying to pepper the lines. That one was a little bit closer than Strasburg's last liner down the line, but foul nonetheless, and the count evens at 2. Teal 5'11", lefty, 192. You know, most of the weights are rounded off at a 5 or a 0. It's funny sometimes to see, for example, 192. 2-2. See if the runner tries to take off. He doesn't. It's inside, and the count fills at 3-2. No scorer here on the top of the second. Full count pitch, and that's a ground ball right side through for a base hit. And the ball gets by the right fielder all the way to the wall. The runner got stuck, and now he is going to have to hold up. That should have easily been a run for the TomSox. Don't know what happened with Nathan Fink. Should have easily scored a run on the error. Instead, it's going to be second and third with nobody out. So it's still going to be trouble for Strasburg, but TomSox still not on the board yet. Fink went back to
Third baseman
second for whatever reason. So it's second and third now for Charlottesville, nobody out. Grounder line drive got right by Hodges, and then Charlottesville's runners nearly collided on the base pass as Fink, I don't know what was going through his mind there to make him go back to second. So second and third, nobody out. Here is Henry Ford, the third baseman. Again, you're seeing, and I've been saying it all summer long, you're seeing what happens. You have opportunities to score. You don't do so, the other team comes right back. And Charlottesville in business, 1-0. Fastball misses, 2-0. Henry Ford out of the University of Virginia, also from Charlottesville, Virginia, 6'4" righty, 220. Swing and a miss. Dickey gets back in the count. It's 2-1. That's outside, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to the third baseman, Ford. That is low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the second.
The catcher from the University of Virginia, number 35, Jacob Ferentz.
Here's Jacob Ferentz, the catcher. Ferentz also out of the University of Virginia. He will go from the windup. The pitch is in there, 0-1. And as I was mentioning last night, Charlottesville allowed 11 walks, tied for the most all-time in franchise history. 0-1. And Ferentz fouls it off, 0-2. Ferentz batting .375 in the postseason, no home runs, no RBIs. On the other hand, 48% of Charlottesville's runs, 13 out of their 27 this postseason, have come in the last 3 innings. Meanwhile, their opponents have scored 43% of their runs in the first 3 innings. 0-2 the count. That's to the backstop, and it ricochets back to Vaughn. It's 1-2. So again, Dickey not as sharp as we had seen him all season long. Trying to get an out here on the play. If Charlottesville scores 1, that's one thing, but you've got to limit the damage early. Especially in a game that you view as a must-win game, although not necessarily, with Game 3 as a possibility tomorrow. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a high fly out of play. It's still 1-2. So the TomSox trying to flip the script tonight and maybe score early. This inning continues for Dickey. 1-2. And just missing. 2-2. Control. A little bit of an issue so far. 14 strikes, 18 balls, 32 pitches to an inning plus. So it's a 2-2 count. And a swing and a miss. Matt Dickey blows the fastball right by Jacob Ferentz. And that's a huge out number 1 here in the second.
Now batting the center fielder from Wofford College, number 19, David Wiley.
It'll bring David Wiley, the center fielder out of Wofford, up to bat. Wiley in the 8 spot. We remember him with that Notre Dame helmet that's all scratched up. Or I guess Wofford helmet. Here's the pitch. And that's a high pop-up in the center. Coming in is Reese Woody. Running under it, he makes the catch. Runner's tag. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not in time as the run comes in to score. And moving to third on the sac fly is Aiden Teal. So Charlottesville leads it 1-0 here in the top of the second inning.
Left fielder from the University of Georgia, number 1, Garrett Spikes.
Sac fly RBI for David Wiley. TomSox still with men on the corners. There are 2 outs. Garrett Spikes, the left fielder, bats. Spikes out of the University of Georgia from Lawrenceville, Georgia. 6'4" lefty, 205. Teal at third, Ford at first. Pitch is popped up, left center. Sprinting in is Castillo. The left fielder will call off the center fielder, Woody. And the inning is over. Well, not as bad as it could have been. Bases loaded, nobody out. Charlottesville only scores 1. We go to the bottom of the second. TomSox lead it 1-0.
You
We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 count, now 1-1 count to Anthony LaSala. He will lead it off for the Express, followed by Cade Parker and Jason Hodges, 7-8-9 due up for Strasburg. LaSala out of the University of Pittsburgh. 1-1 from Utagawa, lined over the head of the second baseman. He didn't look like he was ready for it. Rounding first into second is LaSala, and he will be there standing with a leadoff double. The ball is thrown away. Would have been a triple, but he didn't risk it, and probably the right move. And I have to say, that's one of the best hit balls that he has hit all summer. I mean, that is a beautiful swing from LaSala to line it over Martinez's head. It's like Martinez almost hesitated. But it was also a very tall ladder to climb. Here's Cade Parker. That's the first hit of the night for the Express, thanks to Anthony LaSala. His fourth hit here in the postseason. Here's Cade Parker. He pops it up foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Parker out of Georgia Southern University, out of Panama City Beach, Florida. Again, hello to everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube. Gail, Victor, Stan, Lee, Raphael, and Dina, Daryl and Tina, Mark Anderson as well. That's in the dirt, 1-1. Big crowd, 100 already over on YouTube and about 35 on Facebook. You can pull this game up on your smart TV, watch it in your living room. Just search up Strasburg Express on the YouTube app. 1-1 to Parker, looking to tie or give Strasburg the lead. And a ground ball left side. It's going to be fielded on a backhand by Edwards. He will throw to first just in time to throw Parker out. And an unproductive AB there because the runner couldn't move up to second, so there's one out.
Now batting the right fielder from Bethune-Cookman College, number 30, Jason Hodges.
Great hustle from Cade. He almost beat it out, but LaSala had to hold. Hodges batting now. Jason out of Bethune-Cookman College. Made a great play in the outfield last night. Check swing, it didn't go. In the dirt, 1-0. It was in the 8th inning. TomSox with a great chance to make it even tighter than 8-6. Fly ball to right with the runner moving from first. Hodges caught the ball and fired it into first for the 9-3 double play to end the 8th. Really took some momentum away from the TomSox. 1-0. Hodges chops it foul, 1-1. Jason batting .307 in the playoffs. Still looking for his first home run and his first RBI. David Utagawa up to 38 pitches. He comes set. Runner at second, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hodges out in front of a breaking ball, 1-2. Charlottesville with one run in the top of the inning. Could have been worse for Strasburg, but on the other hand, Strasburg didn't take advantage of their opportunity in the bottom of the first to score. 1-2 to Hodges. Top of the lineup is next. And Jason can't lay off, goes after that breaking ball out of the zone again. And there are two outs here in the second.
Fielder number 19, Reese Woody.
Well, Strasburg has gotten guys on tonight, and then they have left them. Reese Woody is going to try to change that here. LaSala still at second, two outs in the second. Reese with a leadoff walk. One of those rare instances, man, you don't see it too often. Leadoff walk didn't lead to anything. Woody awaits the pitch, and he grounds it to first, fielded by the first baseman. Throw to first is in time, and again, Strasburg leaves a man on base. LaSala leadoff double, stranded on base. We're through two and off to the third. TomSox lead it 1-0. Charlottesville 1, Strasburg nothing. We go to the top of the third, and it is the top of the lineup for Charlottesville. Martinez, Edwards, and Arroyo. As Matt Dickey gets ready to resume on the mound for the Express. Martinez flew out to left his first time up, swings and fouls one back. It's 0-1. Bottom of the second in Winchester, Harrisonburg leads the Royals 3-0. Again, Harrisonburg won last night, so if they win tonight, they will punch their ticket to the championship series. That would either start tomorrow night or Thursday night. But the Royals, with that offense that they have, you can never count them out. 0-1 the count. And that's a ground ball up the middle. It's a base hit. And a leadoff single for the TomSox. So that is hit number 4 already for the TomSox here in this ball game. Here's the two-hitter, Kyle Edwards. He flew out to center his only time up back in the first. Martinez at first. Dickey delivers. And that is a called strike, 0-1. Dickey not the quickest guy to the plate, so wouldn't be shocked to try to see the TomSox take off. Then again, they've already been caught stealing once tonight. Granted, a ball that went past the catcher and got thrown out on the ricochet. Long hold by Dickey, the 0-1. And a ground ball foul towards the Express dugout and gets stuck in the netting.
Harrisonburg leads Winchester 3-0. That game's in the top of the third. What? 0-2. Fastball just missing. Dickey with some good velocity on that one. I was told that he was throwing 90 plus the other night. He did hit 90 miles per hour. It didn't look like his velocity was as good as it typically was, but it was still up there. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider falling right out of the zone into the left-handed batter's box, and that's the first out here in the third. First baseman, number 22, Chris Arroyo.
One out in the third inning. That is strikeout number 2 of the night for Matt Dickey. Here's Chris Arroyo, the first baseman. Arroyo doubled back in the first inning. He was then caught stealing, trying to move up to third on that ball that got past Fawn to the backstop. The left-hander awaits the pitch. Runner stops and goes back. Hits 1-0. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and in. He couldn't lay off. 1-1. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Game 2 of the VBL semifinals. The number 1 seeded TomSox and the number 4 seeded Express. 1-1. Check swing on a pitch outside. He did not go, as they find an umpire to appeal to. Finally decided on the umpire up the middle. 3-man umpiring crew here in the postseason. Typically games only have 2 umpires, except for last year where we had 3 umpires in all games during the season. 2-1 to Chris Arroyo. Runner jumping around at first.
He goes. The pitch is fouled back, and he'll have to go back to first base. It's 2-2. Well, it could be like the big league playoffs where they have, what, 7 or 8 umpires. You've got, the normal umpires. You've got guys down the lines. What do you need it for anymore? You have replay. Why do you need that many umpires? No. They've got at least one down in the underneath the ballpark waiting. They've got multiple in New York. I mean, plenty of them. Angel Hernandez is back to the big leagues, and guess what? One of his calls last night was overturned. So he's off to a great start. 2-2. And that's up high. Dickey lost his hat and overthrew that fastball, and the count's full, 3-2. Matt's still trying to find the rhythm here tonight. 46 pitches through 2 1/3. A double play here would really help him. Runner probably going on the 3-2. Good lead. He continues to walk. Now he'll go back. The pitch is fouled back. Runner was not moving. I wouldn't hesitate maybe throwing over to first here. Runner not getting much guidance from the base coach. He's over talking to the dugout, leaned up against the fence talking to the dugout. So Martinez putting all of his attention, and the third base coach, the manager of the TomSox, Lyndon Coleman. (3-2). Runner does not go, and it's outside, ball 4. And a 1-out walk for Matt Dickey as he walks Arroyo, and they're 2-on with 1 out.
Fielder number 23, Nathan Fink.
Here's Nathan Fink, the right fielder, singled and scored back in the second. We haven't seen the old 4-6-3 or the 6-4-3 in a while. Just a ground ball up the middle, maybe touch the bag and fire it to first. The pitch, fouled away, 0-1. Early look at tonight's line score for the Express: no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. And the TomSox 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. Dickey steps off the mound there. It's almost looked like he was going to get in the windup, the way his foot was looking. Yeah, he was. Now he gets into the stretch. Good thing he realized it. 0-1. Breaking ball popped up foul, and again out of play. 0-2. I saw Strasburg had a balk last night. I think it was Max Cool out of JMU. May have balked in a run. Pretty crazy game, to say the least, last evening. So I'm receiving clarification that was the catcher touched the ball with his mask. 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Dickey struck him out. And the second strikeout of the inning for Strasburg's right-hander. There are 2 outs in the third. It'll bring Aiden Teal, the DH, up to the plate.
Number 24, Aiden Teal.
Teal 1 for 1 tonight. Single back in the second. Then he reached second on the E9 as the ball got past the right fielder Hodges. Got to be careful here. Again, Teal may have not had the best regular season, but he's been swinging it pretty well as of late, especially in the playoffs. Big lead at second base for Martinez. The pitch, breaking ball missing, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Dickey trying to work around some activity on the bases. Runner goes from second. The pitch is popped up. Fair territory. Mitchell Smith will make the one-handed grab. And the half inning is over. Charlottesville had a great opportunity there. Had a couple of men on and only 1 out. Can't get anything across as they will take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the third inning. Strasburg sends 2-3-4 to the plate when we return. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Logan Vaughn, Mitch Smith, and Victor Castillo for the Express as Utagawa back to work. Pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Logan sit by a pitch his first time up. He takes low, 1-1. TomSox has left 4 on through 2. Strasburg has also left 4 on. That is popped up foul and out of play. And I think that just got a vehicle. Either that or it hit the school back behind us, or the little trailer that's connected to the school. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Logan Vaughn. Switch hitting catcher takes outside 2-2. Vaughn hitting .333 here in the playoffs, 6 for 18, 5 RBIs, no home runs. He hit 1 home run in the regular season. That was late in the season. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pitch in the dirt. Ferentz will throw to first in time, and there's 1 out. 1 up, 1 down in the third. Here's Mitchell Smith, the third baseman. He struck out swinging his first time up. TomSox trying to get as much as possible out of David Utagawa here tonight. Their star right-hander Mark Perkins not available to pitch tonight as Smith grounds 1 foul. Perkins, the 6'1" righty out of Rice from Houston, Texas. He is slated to pitch tomorrow night if we get there. And for Strasburg, that is not something they want based off of how he has performed this summer. They need to win this game tonight. 0-1. Smith takes in the dirt. So Utagawa tonight, and we'll see what other arms are available for the TomSox. They used a couple of guys last night. They used Caleb Ketchy. That's skipping to the plate. 2-1. Let's see, they used Lucas Cash. Braden Halliday, maybe Zachary Mack, I can't remember. So they did use some arms last night in a losing effort. 2-1, and Smith pops it up, shallow left. Garrett Spikes comes in, he makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. Well, Strasburg's offense has been pretty stagnant so far here in this one. It brings Victor Castillo, the left fielder, up. Victor struck out swinging back in the first. Express offense needs to wake up. Even though the TomSox offense is not what it typically is, Strasburg still needing to score. The pitch. And that's a called strike. 0-1. Castillo trying to drive the baseball. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Not looking the most comfortable at the plate right now, and this is a tough spot here for Victor behind 0-2. And he just gets a piece. He's fouled a lot of balls off. Just has to get back to gap to gap contact and trying to drive the baseball, possibly drive one out of here. This is a home run ballpark if you're not aware. 0-2, and that's outside. Dimensions here at the ballpark, 300 feet down the lines, left and right, and to straightaway center, the deepest part of the yard, 365. 1-2, Utagawa from the windup, the pitch. And Castillo pops it up to left. And Spikes makes the catch in a 1-2-3 inning for David Utagawa. So Strasburg's offense continues to stay cold. They only trail 1-0 as we go to the fourth. Back to baseball in Strasburg. We go to the top of the fourth. It'll be Henry Ford, Jacob Ferentz, and David Wiley due up for the Charlottesville TomSox. First pitch to Ford is inside, ball one. Ford walked his first time up, so no official ABs yet. 1-0, and fouled off the plate. Might have got a piece of the umpire. 1-1. Scores around the big leagues tonight. Marlins lead the Phillies 1-0 in the bottom of the sixth inning. Pirates lead the Tigers 3-0 in the bottom of the third. Rays lead the Yankees 4-0 in the third. Nationals on top of the Brewers 3-1 also in the third. Orioles, Blue Jays 3-3 in the fourth. Braves lead the Angels 1-0 bottom two. 1-1 to Ford is popped up and out of play. Today, the MLB trade deadline had some big splashes. Justin Verlander back to the Houston Astros. Houston traded their number one prospect to get Verlander back in Houston. And the New York Mets, with their enormously high payroll, are selling 1-2. And that is a high fly ball to center, backing Reese Woody up, back to the wall, and it is gone. It just sneaks over the wall in center field, and it's 2-0 TomSox here in the fourth. Did not look like that was going to have enough to get out, but a line drive home run to the deepest part of the park for Henry Ford gives the TomSox a 2-0 lead.
Now, Ben, the catcher, number 35, Jacob Ferentz.
Here's Jacob Ferentz, the catcher. Ferentz 0 for 1 with a strikeout. So we're seeing the TomSox put up some runs early rather than later. I can't believe that ball got out of here. Not look like it had that kind of carry to it. First pitch is inside. Ferentz struck out last time with the bases loaded and nobody out. Dickey delivers, and a ground ball to third. Smith plays it on a hop. He will look at the baseball. He will throw it to first. Not in time. And an error on the third baseman. Smith as beating it out is Ferentz.
David Wiley.
Smith took too long to get the ball out of his glove. And it's an E5 to start the inning. Or sorry, to continue the inning. Here's David Wiley, sac fly RBI back in the second. He is going to show bunt. He's going to get it down. Dickey fields it off his glove, and no one's covering first base. And the Express hurting themselves right now. That's an infield single. Their sixth hit of the night.
The left fielder, number 1, Garrett Spikes.
So a home run, an error, and a single here for the Express, and that'll bring up an obvious bunt situation for Garrett Spikes. Strasburg, it's been an adventure, except for the Woodstock series, it's been an adventure trying to field bunts. Here's the pitch showing, pulling back, ball one. So this could turn out to be a disastrous inning, something Strasburg really can't afford to have, as they trail 2-0, and TomSox still threatening first and second and nobody out. Spike's going to try to give himself up. Flew out to left, back in the second. He shows, and it's foul. 1-1. One. Set, and a move to second. Back in there safely is Ferentz. Spikes does not show, and he swings and misses. Body goes flying open. It's 1-2. Top of the lineup is on deck, and Bryce Martinez, who has already been up twice tonight, early in the 4th inning with nobody out. Ball and 2 strikes, and a foul, as that was crushed out of play. So still a ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th in Winchester, the Turks leading the Royals, still 3-0 there. Spikes coming into this game in the postseason 1 for 7. He's now 1 for 8 after his fly out earlier. 1-2 again, and that is a ground ball. It's a fair ball, and that's going to go all the way to the corner. Hodges has trouble with it in right field. 2 are going to score. Here's the throw to third, and he is out. Thrown out at third base. Thrown out at third, according to the base umpire, trying to stretch a double into a triple. So they get 2 runs. It's 4-0. But thrown out at third was Spikes. So 9-4-5 to get him out at third. But Ferentz and Wiley both score. And Strasburg suddenly in a hole, 4-0. And I really don't know if he was out at third or not, but he was called out. Here's Martinez, and he lines one, scooped up by the first baseman, Ingram. He will take it to the bag himself, 3 unassisted, and there are 2 outs. So in 3 tries, Bryce Martinez is 1 for 3. Here's Kyle Edwards, the shortstop. Edwards 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. So not ideal for Strasburg in a game that they view as must-win, considering who they would have to face tomorrow in Perkins for the TomSox on the mound. 2 outs. Edwards lines one to second. Parker going to play it on a hop, whip it to first in time. And the half inning is over, but not before 3 runs come across in the inning for the TomSox, and they add to their lead. They're up 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Four 0 Charlottesville as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Strasburg needs to get moving a little bit here as O'Shaughnessy leads it off and he fouls it off the pole. It is 0-1. To O'Shaughnessy, and Michael fouls it back. 0-2. Utagawa continues to navigate through this Strasburg lineup. Again, Strasburg had the bases loaded in the first. They left them loaded. Second inning, leadoff double. Didn't do anything with it. went down 1-2-3 in the third. O'Shaughnessy 0 for 0, walked in the first. 0-2. And he takes just outside, according to the home plate umpire, 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Ferentz lays down the signs. Utagawa deals. And another foul ball up on the fist. One, two, again, fouled back. O'Shaughnessy battling here. Here in the postseason, Michael, 5 for 17, 294 average with 1 RBI. O'Shaughnessy trying to start the inning right for Strasburg. He takes down an end, 2-2. No activity yet for Charlottesville, so they're going to see if they can get as much out of Utagawa as possible. He's up to 61 through 3+. 2-2 the count. And a swing and a miss. And that's the first out here in the fourth.
Number 22, Chase Ingram.
Strasburg's offense has just been non-existent tonight. Besides the one hard-hit line drive by LaSala back in the second, there's really been nothing. Chase Ingram takes for a strike. He grounded out his first time up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Couldn't lay off a breaking ball outside, 0-2. And he goes after another breaking ball, and there are 2 outs.
Shortstop, number 12, Anthony LaSala.
Oh, Utagawa making it look easy right now. This Strasburg offense that has been able to put up so many runs over the last week or so, they have been really shut down completely here to this point. 2 outs for LaSala, the only hit of the night. He takes a strike, 0-1. Seven straight set down for the Charlottesville righty. And a ground ball to short. Edwards throws to first, and the ball's dropped at first. Arroyo unable to hold on to the ball.
Second baseman, number 5, Cade Parker.
And it's an error on Arroyo. So the inning continues for the Express. Here's Cade Parker, the second baseman. Cade grounded out to short his only time up. And he takes for ball 1, 1-0. Parker followed by Hodges here in the fourth. Strasburg down 4-0. Game 2 of the VBL semifinals. 1-0. Parker takes inside and low, 2-0. Strasburg with an 8-6 win last night at Charlottesville to put the TomSox in a position where they have to win tonight and tomorrow night to move on. 2-0 to Parker. Cade swings and misses, 2-1. Might have been out in front. Two-1, and a throw to first. Back in safely is LaSala. Talked about it this season. Parker has the ability to get a hold of a baseball and drive it. And he takes a home run hack and fouls it back, 2-2. Might have got a piece of the umpire there on his leg. So the count evens at 2. 2-2. Utagawa looking to get through another inning. And that's in the dirt. Great block by the catcher. Ferentz, 3-2. Pitch number 73 of the night coming up. LaSala will move. And a hard grounder foul. And the count remains filled up at 3-2. Parker checking to see if he broke the bat. Says sounds good. So he will continue with that one. Three-two again. Strike three called. Parker says you just called that a ball. Home plate umpire rings him up. And the half inning is over. So Strasburg again with a pretty quiet inning. A 2-out error by the TomSox, but nothing else. We're through 4 and off to the 5th. Charlottesville leads Strasburg 4-0. We go to the top of the 5th. Strasburg down 4-0. It's been a quiet night for them offensively. First pitch of the top of the 5th to Chris Arroyo misses. Arroyo 1 for 1, a double in the first and a walk in the third. Dickey deals, and that's to the backstop, 2-0. 69 pitches so far for Matt Dickey. Well, maybe Strasburg just needs to get to the TomSox bullpen to try to get something going. Utagawa has been good so far, but no bullpen activity yet. 2-0 hitters count. That's way outside 3-0. 1 in the second, 3 in the fourth for Charlottesville. 3-0 count to Arroyo, the 3-hitter. And fastball in there, 3-1. And a grounder up the middle, stopped by Parker. Backhand, throw to first in time. He hit it hard, but a nice play out there by the Strasburg second baseman. There's 1 out in the 5th.
Fielder number 23, Nathan Fink.
Brings Nathan Fink, the right fielder, to the plate. Fink 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored along with a strikeout. And in the dirt. Still seeing Dickey struggle a little bit with his breaking ball. A lot of spiked pitches tonight. I think he's either trying to throw a sinker there or he's trying to throw a slider. Just can't finish it. 1-0, and that's a slider hit in the air to right center. Hodges moving to his right, makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. So 2 up, 2 down here in the inning.
24, Aiden Teal.
And here's Aiden Teal, the DH. Teal 1 for 2, single and a pop out. The pitch, and that is just low. And Dickey falls there. He slips, loses his footing. It's 2-0. And Dickey losing his footing again, 3-0. Here's pitch number 78 and a low strike called, 3-1. And ball 4. So a 2-out walk.
Third baseman, number 5, Henry Ford.
And here's Henry Ford, who hit the line drive home run his last time up on a ball that didn't look like that was going to be gone. I mean, it was directly straight away center on a line, and it just got over the wall with the leaping Woody out there. Here's the pitch, and that misses. I would have liked to have seen Joe De Los Santos climb that wall, see what he could have done there. De Los Santos, an honorable mention for the All-Valley League team. 1-0. And a ground ball to third. Smith has to go right by him into left. Castillo able to keep in front of him, coming to third. Here's the throw. On time, but tag not on time. So he gets in there safely. It'll be a double down the left field line for Ford. He's halfway to the cycle, and they're second and third and 2 outs.
The catcher, number 35, Jacob Ferentz.
Here's Ferentz, the catcher. Ferentz, a strikeout, and he reached on the error by Mitchell Smith last time. So time is called, and quick meeting at the mound. We'll step away briefly. So second and third, 2 outs after the meeting at the mound for Jacob Ferentz. This is a big AB here. Strasburg already behind 4-0 as Dickey will go from the windup. The pitch is just outside, 1-0. If Strasburg were to fall behind 5-6 or 7-0 here, that would kind of change the strategy of this game here, you would think. 1-0. And breaking ball falls in for a strike, 1-1. But Strasburg's big issue tonight has been their lack of hitting. 1 hit through 4 innings. Charlottesville, on the other hand, with 8 hits. 1-1 to the catcher, Ferentz. That's a change-up low, 2-1. Charlottesville has done what they've had to do tonight, and that's put the ball in play. 2-1. In the dirt, great block by Vaughn. It's 3-1. On deck's David Wiley. He's 1 for 1 tonight with a single and an RBI. Dickey, 46 strikes, 39 balls. 3-1, the pitch. And a pop-up foul, and the count is now full, 3-2. Oh, big pitch right here. Full count. Three-two payoff pitch. Swing and a little nubber off the end of the bat into the first base coach's box. Still 3-2. Three-two again to Jacob Ferentz, the Charlottesville catcher out of the University of Virginia. Dickey takes a deep breath from the windup. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
The center fielder, number 19, David Wiley.
And here's David Wiley, the center fielder. Staying in the windup is Dickey. The pitch is hit high in the air. Left field, Castillo back at the wall. He leaps, he reaches up and makes the catch. Nearly a grand slam home run, but the ballpark holds it. Wiley just a tad bit under that baseball, and this game stays alive. That could have been a backbreaker for the Express, but it stays in the yard. And it remains a 4-0 game. Maybe that's the momentum Strasburg needs. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, it's still 4-0. Jason Hodges leads it all for Strasburg as we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Express down 4-0, and Hodges is going to bloop one into right center for a base hit. It got off the end of the bat and dropped right in, and that's the second hit of the night for Strasburg. So let's see if maybe some momentum does come out of that deep fly ball to the wall that nearly broke the back of Strasburg here tonight. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, just stayed in the park. Leadoff single for Strasburg. Here's Reese Woody, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Hodges at first. Utagawa deals. Fastball at the knees. Strike 1, 0-1. Reese Woody out of George Mason. Check swing. Looked like he went around. No, he didn't. A 1-1. Line score here to this point. Charlottesville, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Strasburg, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. See, Strasburg just needs base runners. 1-1. And he swings at a pitch that nearly hit him. He goes falling to the ground. It's 1-2. I don't know how that pitch didn't hit him. I guess because he swung. But if he stayed right where he was, that breaking ball probably would have hit him. 1-2. And he strikes out swinging. Utagawa blows the fastball right by him. And a lot of swing and miss tonight for the Express. They have just struck out far too many times. That is 8 strikeouts for David Utagawa through 4 1/3. Just not something you can have if you're Strasburg. You got to put the ball in play. Here's Vaughn. He's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a strikeout. Throw to first, and Hodges back in safely. It's getting to the point, although only in the 5th. Baseball can be a momentum game in many ways, and we saw that last night with Charlottesville start to storm back late and flip the momentum. Strasburg needs to get something going. They need some runs. The pitch. Swing and a foul back, 0-1. 2 hits tonight, 1 here in the inning by Hodges, the other a leadoff line drive double by Anthony LaSala in the 2nd. 0-1. That is strike 2. So again, Utagawa in a great position to get another punch out. The Express batting here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, down 4-0. They do have a base runner. The righty sets and deals, and breaking ball misses up and away. Utagawa 53 strikes, 29 balls. 82 pitches through 4 1/3. Still no bullpen activity for Charlottesville. 1-2 popped up out of play. Checking on the Harrisonburg-Winchester game there in the bottom of the 6th inning. Harrisonburg still leads it 3-0. So Winchester running out of outs in that game. They need to win tonight so they can force a game 3 tomorrow night at Harrisonburg. 1-2 to Vaughn. And a ground ball foul towards a guy standing outside the dugout with a cup in his hand. Again, 1-2 to the catcher, Vaughn. Pretty decent lead at first for Hodges. And Vaughn lines one in the left center. It's going to drop for a base hit. Hodges in the 2nd. He's going to hold up there. And the Express have men on 1st and 2nd and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Vaughn
Number 25, Mitchell Smith.
with a great AB there. Oh, here's Mitch Smith, the 3rd baseman. Smith 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a flyout. Be a good time for another home run to left field, wouldn't it? If you're Strasburg, at least. Utagawa's pitch count getting up there, probably losing a little bit of velocity. The pitch from Smith to Smith, swing and a miss. I think that's his first AB in 3 games that he hasn't fouled back the first pitch. He cut right through it, 0-1. Another great opportunity here for Strasburg. The first they've had really since the 1st or 2nd inning, 1st inning especially. 0-1. Smith goes after a ball in the dirt, and it's 0-2. Likely the last half inning for Utagawa. So looks like he's going to get Charlottesville at least 5 innings tonight. He's at 87 pitches. Unless they're going to throw him 110, 120 pitches. Quickly 0-2 to Smith. And a liner into left. It's a base hit. Fielded on a hop and getting it in quickly is Spikes. 0-2, and Smith squares it up for a base hit. The Express are in business here.
Victor Castillo.
3 hits in the inning for Strasburg. Three singles in the inning. I cannot believe an 0-2 count, and he got a pitch to hit and did not miss it. Bases loaded, 1 out for Victor Castillo. And I haven't said this, I've said it maybe twice this year. Victor Castillo is due He has not had a hit in a couple of ABs. And he lines one to left, but it's right at the left fielder. Tagging is the runner from third. Here's the throw to the plate. It's by the catcher, and both runners are going to move up. So the Express are on the board. It's 4-1. And moving up to second and third is Vaughn and Smith. So Hodges comes in for the first run of the night for Strasburg. Now they need to try to add those other two.
The DH, number 17, Michael O'Shaughnessy.
So Castillo with an RBI. And here's Shaggy, Michael O'Shaughnessy, the DH. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Again, Utagawa will get back in the windup. Great chance here to possibly score two more. 3 with one big swing. 4-1 the score. 2 outs in the fifth. O'Shaughnessy takes in the dirt. It's 1-0. So a single, strikeout, single, sac fly, and an RBI. Wasn't really hit that deep, but Spike's throw was offline. It got past the catcher. So there is an E7 in there. Second, the pitch. That is down and in. That's the second error of the night for the TomSox. So both teams with 2 errors apiece. Two and 0 to O'Shaughnessy. Here's the pitch. And that is in there. Breaking ball. Finds the zone. 2-1. Strasburg with a hit in the second and now 3 here in the fifth as they trail 4-1 but have 2 men on second and third with 2 outs. 2-1 is a ground ball right side past the first baseman in the right. One will score. Second run coming to the plate. Here's the throw. It's not in time, and it's 4-3 as Strasburg is right back in this ball game here in the fifth. Michael O'Shaughnessy with a 2 RBI single through the right side, and it is 4-3.
First baseman, number 22, Chase Ingram.
Actually looked like a pretty good throw there from the right fielder Fink, but just a little bit too much air under it. And still the bullpen remains empty for Charlottesville. Here's Chase Ingram. Ingram's 0 for 2 tonight. And he takes a breaking ball in there, 0-1. So 3 runs in the inning for Strasburg. They are right back in this thing with the tying run at first and 2 outs in the fifth. Utagawa buckling a bit here, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Ingram has not looked awfully comfortable at the plate tonight, 0-2. 4 hits in the inning for Strasburg. Next pitch will be number 96 of the night. Utagawa 0-2. And breaking ball, strike 3 right down the middle. Ingram goes down on strikes, but the Express do score 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave 1 on base, and through 5 tonight, Charlottesville TomSox 4, the Strasburg Express 3. 4-3 Charlottesville as we go to the top of the sixth. Matt Dickey back out for another inning. 9-1-2, Spikes, Martinez, and Edwards. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. Off the lip and past the first and second basemen. Going to second. Here's the throw, not in time. And a disastrous start to the inning for the Express on a ball that hit the lip. Would have been a routine out, instead into right field, and heads up base running there as Spikes gets to second. That's his second double of the night.
Second baseman number 31, Bryce Martinez.
So Charlottesville trying to answer back and take some of the momentum away from Strasburg. There is a southpaw getting hot in the bullpen for the TomSox. It's a lefty. Can't tell who that is down there, but it is a lefty. All right, back to the top of the lineup for Charlottesville. That was their 9th hit of the night. Here's Martinez. He's 1 for 3. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 1, 1-0. That ball was hit to the right side. Ingram had gone for it. It hit the lip and then bounced away from the second baseman, Parker, who was backing it up. And then it died in right field. Hodges made a good effort, but Spike was able to get the second. 1-0. The pitch. Showing bunt again, getting it down in front of the plate. Fields throws and gets him at first. Vaughn to Parker. It goes 2-4, and there's 1 out as the runner moves up to third.
Stop, number 4, Kyle Edwards.
So good baseball there from the TomSox, getting their man over to third. Here's Edwards. Kyle 0 for 3 tonight. Fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Strasburg looks like they're playing their infield halfway /N. The pitch. Inside. Nearly hit him. 1-0. 1-run game. We're here in the top of the sixth. TomSox with a man on third and 1 out. 1-0 count. Dickey in the windup. And that is a strike at the knees. 1-1. Again, thank you to everybody for tuning in here tonight in Game 2 of the VBL semifinals. Strasburg leads the series 1-0, but they trail here 4-3. Big insurance run at third for Charlottesville, 1-1. And he lunges after it and fouls it off, 1-2. 95 pitches for Matt Dickey through 5 1/3. To this point, he's allowed 4 runs, only 1 of those earned, but he's walked 4, struck out 3. Big pitch here, 1-2 to Edwards. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-2. So Dickey likely emptying the tank here in this 5th inning, or make it 6th inning. Two. And a swing and a miss. He got him swinging. Edwards down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight as he went after a breaking ball out of the zone and could not make contact. There are 2 outs, and here's Chris Arroyo, the first baseman. Arroyo going to bat here. Time is called as the catcher, Logan Vaughn, going out to talk to Matt Dickey. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Court has adjourned on the mound. Matt Dickey is going to stay in this game to face Chris Arroyo here. Huge, tremendously huge base runner over there at third. The pitch from Matt Dickey. Breaking ball down and in. 1-0. Strasburg 7, 8, 9 due up in the 6th inning. They need to try to keep this at a 1-run game. 1-0 to Arroyo. That is low, 2-0. On deck is Nathan Fink, the right fielder. don't think they would be pitching around him here and then go to the bullpen. Now time is called. And they are going to intentionally walk Chris Arroyo. So they're going to put him on base here.
That was an intentional walk. Now batting right fielder number 23, Nathan Fink.
So the TomSox with first and third now and 2 outs. So let's see if that puts a little chip on the shoulder of Nathan Fink here. They're trying to get Dickey through the inning. He's communicating with the dugout a little bit. So Nathan Fink trying to come up big here. First and third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. 4-3 TomSox. Charlottesville the number 1 seed in the playoffs. Strasburg the number 4. 1-0. Swing and a miss. This is one of the first years in a while that I can remember the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds all winning in the first round. Typically there's a big upset somewhere. That was nearly Front Royal and Charlottesville. 1-1, the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, 1-2. Both Charlottesville and Strasburg came back from down 1-0 in the series to win 2 in a row to win their series. Charlottesville trying to win their second consecutive series after being down 1-0. And now they've got a runner in a rundown. Dickey standing there with the baseball. They're keeping an eye on the runner. Dickey should not be chasing after him. They're going to just let him have it.
Why did he go at him and make him go back to first?
So Matt Dickey lets the runner go to second. Personally, I think that was the right thing, but Charlottesville was trying to steal one there, and Dickey almost fell for it because he was going after the runner. You just got to focus on that guy at third. Now, Fink gets a hit here. That's one thing. 1-2, liner to second, and caught. And caught. Cade Parker makes the catch, and Matt Dickey gets through 6 solid innings tonight of 1 earned run ball. And this remains a 1-run game as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 7, 8, 9. LaSala, Parker, and Hodges due up when we return. Anthony LaSala in a 1-0 count to start the bottom of the 6th and make it 2-0 as David Utagawa is still on the mound for the TomSox. 4-3 Charlottesville, bottom 6. LaSala 1 for 2 tonight with a double, reached on an error. And he takes inside 3-0. We did see a lefty warming in the Charlottesville bullpen. Maybe they're getting him ready for when, I don't know. That's right down the middle. I mean, the next lefty for Strasburg would be Reese Woody. Maybe they go to him against Woody. LaSala trying to get on here. 3-1 count here in the 6th. And ball 4, it's a lead-off walk to start the inning.
Second baseman, number 5, Cade Parker.
It'll bring Cade Parker up. That is 101 pitches for David Utagawa. Well, here's Cade Parker. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. And he takes down and in, 1-0. Cade, a second-year member of the Express. He actually punched out last year to end the season in Game 3 of the first round against Percival. Trying to get his redemption here. 1-0, and a quick throw to first. LaSala lunges back in. That would have been a terrible way to get picked off or to get out regardless. 1-0 the count to Parker. Set by Utagawa in the pitch. And a pop-up, third base side, foul territory, and it is out of play. Ford gave it a long look. Not a lot of foul territory to play with here in Strasburg. But Ford gave it his best try. The count is 1-1. The pitch swung on and missed. 1-2. On deck, Jason Hodges. Hodges is 1 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a single. And Parker takes one inside. The ball is off the glove of the catcher, Ferentz. And it's a pass ball as he just had to go clanking off of his mitt. And I'm almost shocked that that wasn't strike 3 called. But maybe because the ball went off of his glove, that hurt him. Being told it was inside. I'm being told it's 2-2. Now the tying run in scoring position here for Strasburg. Parker just needs to cut down and swing it. And a grounder to third, hard hit, but fielded at third by Ford. A absolute rocket off the bat at Cade Parker, but right at him. And that's the first out here in the 6th. So unable to move him up.
Hodges.
Unfortunate there. Ford was right in the perfect position to field and throw that baseball to get him out. So tying run has to hold up at second for Hodges. If Hodges can just take one the other way, right in between first and second, a huge hole out there. The pitch, that is inside and down the line. If he can pull it to left, a tremendous amount of green out there for Spikes to cover. It would undoubtedly tie the game. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch count continues to climb for Utagawa. 1-0. That is low, and you can tell his control is not as good as it was. He is now up to 108 pitches. So they are emptying the tank with David here tonight. 69 strikes, 39 balls. 2-0 to Hodges, and breaking ball right down the middle, 2-1. So far for Utagawa, through 5 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He has walked 3 and struck out 9, so he has been a strikeout machine. 2-1 to Hodges. And he swings at ball 3 and fouls it off, 2-2. That pitch was inside. And I would not be shocked here if they get the out or if they don't to see the lefty come in against Woody up next. But we'll see what happens. Maybe he was just throwing. I don't know why he would just be throwing, but big pitch here. Let's see if Hodges can come up with a hit. 2-2 to Hodges. And he fouls it off again off the pole. 2-2 to Utagawa. Tying run at 2-2 to Hodges. Tying run at second is LaSala. One out in the sixth. And it's in the dirt to the backstop, and it nearly bounced over the netting. And I don't know if that would have scored him. I think it would have, possibly. It just went off the top of the netting that goes all the way up behind home plate. And the tying run moves into third base on the wild pitch. So a pass ball and a wild pitch have gotten LaSala all the way from first to third on the leadoff walk. Now Hodges trying to tie it here. Tying run at third. And Utagawa is going to step off the back of the rubber with his right foot, which is legal. All right, big pitch here, 3-2. And Hodges grounds one foul off the dugout. It rolls all the way towards the parking lot. Nearly gets a piece of Ty Hooks' car. Still 3-2. Three and two. Hodges just needs to put it in play. Corners are playing in, middle's back. And it's in the dirt, ball four. And the Express have a great opportunity here to score some runs. Lyndon Coleman coming out to get David Utagawa, or at least to talk to him. You never know anymore. And he's going to take the baseball, and that's it. And we're going to see Chris Arroyo, who is playing first base, take over. He is going to the mound. So the lefty Arroyo is taking over, and he's going to come in with men on first and third and one out. Looks like we're going to have all sorts of changes. We'll tell you about it right after this. Welcome back to Strasburg. New pitcher for the TomSox is Chris Arroyo, who is playing first base, so he's going to move to the mound. And Aiden Teal, who is the DH, is going to move to first. So here's Reese Woody, tying run at third, go-ahead run at first. Woody is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk in the first. He will face the lefty Arroyo. Runner goes, the pitch is a ball, throw to second, and now they've got a runner in trouble. Here's the throw back to third, safe at third base, and Strasburg with highway robbery right there as getting to second is Hodges and just barely getting back to third in time is LaSala. That would have been devastating. Strasburg very fortunate there. So it's second and third. Here's the pitch to Woody. Reese takes a strike. Well, the count's either 1-1 or 0-2. Yep, it's 1-1. So 4-3 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Reese Woody trying to tie it or give Strasburg the lead. LaSalle at third, Hodges at second. From the windup, here's the pitch from Arroyo. Breaking ball just off the plate, 2-1. Chris wanted it. Chris Arroyo has made no appearances yet in the postseason. 2-1 the count. And Woody hits it into left. That's slicing away from the left fielder. It is going to be off the glove. It is a fair ball. Tying run comes in to score, and the Express have second and third, and one out here in the sixth inning. Left fielder Spikes had the ball go right off of his glove. Unbelievable break for Strasburg. It'll be a double.
The catcher, number 20, Logan Vaughn.
And we're all tied up. That is something else right there for Strasburg. Hodges to third. Reese Woody all the way up to second on the RBI double. Left fielder was playing way off the line. If you can see him out there on the video stream, he had to sprint towards the line. He had it in his glove, made a good effort, but couldn't hold on. So it's second and third, one out for Logan Vaughn, the catcher. 4-4 the score, bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch. That is outside, nearly to the backstop, 1-0. One and out to Vaughn. And Logan fouls it away. At first it looked like it was just going to be a sac fly, but then Strasburg caught the break, and Logan Vaughn needs some pine tar for his baseball bat. We are working on an issue here, at least on my end, that's showing that David Utagawa is still in the mound in our scoring program. We're going to try to see if we can get that straightened out. It's likely has something to do with the DH, or the moving from in the lineup in a position to still in the lineup to the pitcher spot. So we'll look into that. But Chris Arroyo is on the mound. Big spot here. 1-1 the count to Vaughn. Still second and third. Infield's in. And that's way outside, 2-1. Again, Arroyo out of the University of Florida coming in for relief of Utagawa. So it is showing Arroyo in the box score, but it's not showing him currently on the mound, which is weird. 2-1, and Vaughn goes after a pitch a foot outside, swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Just in case anyone forgot how this inning started, it was the leadoff walk. 2-2 to Vaughn. Logan 1 for 2 tonight. Big pitch here. Breaking ball, oh my, called ball 3. Oh my goodness. You cannot take that one again if you're Logan Vaughn. My goodness. Strasburg catches a break. What will they do with it now? Base open at first, 3-2 from the windup, the pitch. Ball 4, the bases are loaded.
Third baseman, number 25, Mitchell Smith.
And here's Mitchell Smith, the third baseman. Smith 1 for 3 tonight, a single, a run scored. He has flown out to left and struck out swinging. Smith with the storybook 2-run walk-off bomb here the other night against Woodstock. He tries to carry that over tonight. Smith takes a breaking ball off the plate, ball 1, 1-0. Strasburg 3 runs in the fifth, 1 here in the sixth to tie it up against Charlottesville. Count is 1-0. Arroyo delivers. Breaking ball low, 2-0. Ball nearly thrown into center field. Nice play by Arroyo, the former first baseman, to make the catch. So what do you do here? 2-0 if you're Smith. Here's the pitch. Outside, and it is 3-0. The Express are one ball away from taking the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Time is called as the first baseman, the former designated hitter, Teal, goes out to talk. Probably telling him, throw it right down the middle, take whatever off of it you have to throw a strike. Needs to be a red light here, in my opinion. 3-0 for Smith. 4-4 is the score. Play ball, says the umpire. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it is outside, ball 4 on a very close pitch. Umpire thought about it, but it's a bases loaded walk, and Strasburg has taken the lead.
Castillo.
Everybody moves up a base. 4 out of the zone in a row for Arroyo. Lyndon Coleman will come out to talk. Slow walk out to the mound as they try to get somebody going in the bullpen. Bases loaded walk for Smith. Very close pitch. 5 in a row out of the zone for Arroyo. We'll step away. We'll be right back. Victor Castillo, bases loaded and 1 out here for the Express. Victor takes a strike, fired in there from the lefty Arroyo. It's 0-1. Strasburg with their first lead of the night, 5-4 here in an elimination game for Charlottesville. Castillo 0 for 2 tonight with a sac fly and an RBI. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, strike called on a high pitch, 0-2. Strasburg has to do something here. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, high fly to right field. It's going to back Fink up. He has room. He'll make the catch. Runners are tagging. Here's the throw. It's going to come into third, and the Express with another run. It's 6-4. Sac fly, RBI, second of the night for Victor Castillo. Woody comes in. Back-to-back sac fly, RBIs, and back-to-back innings for Victor. Great throw from Fink. I think they knew something why they didn't try to tag up the third there. Well, here's O'Shaughnessy. Again, facing the lefty, Arroyo. O'Shaughnessy 1 for 2 tonight. He takes a breaking ball in there. So we're seeing Arroyo throw a bunch of breaking balls now. And 1 the count. Runners on first and second. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Strasburg leading it by 2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. It's another hanging curveball. Falling in for a strike. 0-2. TomSox will have Teal, Ford, and Ferentz due up in the 7th. Quickly 0-2 to O'Shaughnessy. And a swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And the half inning is over, but Strasburg does score 3 runs in the inning, and they have taken the lead. They are 9 outs away. Still a long ways to go in this one, but they lead it 6-4. We go to the 7th. 6-4 Strasburg, we go to the 7th. New pitcher for Strasburg, it's Alex Rosario. He will take over in relief of Matt Dickey, who went 6 innings tonight, allowing 9 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Rosario will face 5, 6, and 7. Teal, Ford, and Ferentz here in the TomSox order. Rosario out of San Jack from Astoria, New York. The pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. Rosario here in the postseason, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, and a 0.00 ERA. 1-0 the count. And a foul back towards us, 1-1. Final line for David Utagawa, 5 1/3, 5 hits. He allowed 5 runs, 4 of those earned, with 4 walks and 9 strikeouts. A ball and a strike to Aiden Teal. Teal has been on twice tonight, a walk and a single. The pitch, breaking ball, misses somewhere, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Teal. Rosario, the righty, delivers. And a high pop-up left side. Giving it a look is Smith in foul territory. He cannot catch it. It's a foul ball. Fortunately, it's a foul ball. And the count is 2-2. Some chirping from the Charlottesville dugout. I don't know if they were kidding or not, but Smith went for a ride on that one. He was in foul territory, got all turned around, and fortunately that ball dropped foul, or that would have been a double. So chirping between, now it sounds like the home plate umpire and Charlottesville's dugout. Well, that would have been a big first out for Rosario and the Express, but it's not always easy, and that was not an easy play there for Smith, especially because he's way off the line, which is interesting to say the least. 2-2, Rosario delivers. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. There's 1 out here in the 7th inning. One up, 1 down here in the 7th for the TomSox. Here's Henry Ford. Ford has been on 3 times tonight, a walk, a double, and a home run. The pitch nearly hit him, 1-0. Rosario delivers, and that is low, 2-0. Rosario, when he's on, he's got pretty solid stuff. He's just got to keep himself in the strike zone. Count in Henry Ford's favor. Again, he's been on 3 times tonight. He's already halfway to the cycle, and he's walked as well. 2-0, and that hit him. And the tying run will step up to the plate, and the catcher, Jacob Ferentz.
Catcher, number 35, Jacob Ferentz.
So Ferentz will bat. Ferentz has struck out, reached on an error, walked, and scored a run tonight. We got started tonight at 7:01 here on the 1st of August in 2023. Game 2 of the Valley League semifinals, with Strasburg leading the series over Charlottesville 1-0. We are in the top of the 7th. Charlottesville with a man on and 1 out. Tying run at the plate, with Alex Rosario in the game out of the bullpen, looking for a double play. The pitch, pop-up, shallow right. Slow start coming in as Hodges backing out. Cade Parker, the second baseman, makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. 2 outs in the 7th for David Wiley, the center fielder.
Center fielder, number 19, David Wiley.
Wiley, the right-hander, comes to the plate. And again, at this ballpark, you never know. A ball can get out of here and really change the game. So even though it's just the tying run at the plate, 1 swing ties this thing up. Charlottesville's base runner at first, Ford, with a huge lead. I'd throw over there a couple of times, as long as it's accurately. Rosario holds, long leg kick, the pitch, breaking ball, strike called, 0-1. Score update out of Winchester. Harrisonburg up 5-0 in the ninth. So the Turks appear that they are going to be punching their ticket tonight to the championship series. 0-1, Rosario throws to first. Not much of a move there. He stepped off and threw it over to first. But it's always good to keep him close. 0-1. Again, just looking to throw strikes and get outs if you're Strasburg. Fouled away, and it's 0-2. Some more scores out of the big leagues tonight. Orioles lead the Blue Jays 7-3 in the 8th. Atlanta leads the Angels 2-1 in the 7th. Twins lead the Cardinals 1-0 in the 6th. Cubs on top of the Reds 10-2 in the 4th. And one final score, make it 2. Pirates beat the Tigers today 4-1. Phillies came back with 3 in the 9th to beat the Marlins 3-1. 0-2 the count to David Wiley, the 8-hitter for the TomSox. Breaking ball off the ground, bouncing away to the backstop and moving to second on the wild pitch is Henry Ford. Well, you don't want to give them a free run here. Got him to second on the wild pitch. Now a single could get them within 1. One, two. Rosario comes set. And the pitch is fouled into the net. Wiley late on it. Still 1-2. 13 pitches through 2/3 of an inning here for Rosario. 7 strikes, 6 balls. Again, David Wiley, the 8-hitter tonight, came in 2 for 4 in the postseason. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored, and he picked up an RBI in the second on a sac fly. 1-2. 2 outs in the 7th. Rosario, hands held high, he comes set. Leg kick, the pitch, and it's a high pop-up left field. Victor Castillo makes the catch. And the Express are 6 outs away here in this ball game as they now carry their lead to the bottom of the 7th with a 6-4 advantage. Stretch it out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after this. The Strasburg Express lead the Charlottesville TomSox 6-4. (6-4) Strasburg. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Kyle Gutschall with you here on the 1st of August in 2023. Pleasure being with you all evening long, and for those Strasburg fans, all season long. Chase Ingram leads it off for the Express against the lefty Arroyo, and Ingram gets that slider again, and home plate umpire says he went around. It's 0-1. Ingram 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out to first. And another breaking ball. This time it misses. 1-1. 1-1, and a high fly to right center. That's pretty well tagged. Going back's the right fielder, and it's off the wall. Ingram going for second, and he is in there. Chase Ingram with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Strasburg.
Shortstop, number 12, Anthony LaSala.
First hit of the night for Chase, and it's a big one. New first baseman for Charlottesville. It is Brady Gumpf out of the University of Notre Dame. So runner at second, nobody out here in the 7th inning for Anthony LaSala. Anthony has been on 3 times tonight, a double, an error, and a walk. He has also scored a run. Strasburg trying to add on here in the 7th. LaSala lines it out of play, foul. 0-1. We are at 117 concurrent viewers over on YouTube and 54 on Facebook. 0-1 the count to Anthony LaSala. And LaSala swings at a breaking ball. Just went around 0-2. Need productivity here. Ground ball to the right side or a fly ball to right might get it done. Need to get him to third. 0-2. And that is outside. Heck of an arm out there from Fink. He's got an arm on him. So a ball and 2 strikes to Anthony LaSala, the shortstop out of the University of Pittsburgh, out of the ACC. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Arroyo sets, and he deals. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Looked like he went with a split finger fastball there. Just dropped to the ground like an anchor. And LaSala couldn't lay off, and that's a big out number 1 for Arroyo and the TomSox. So that runner at second, still there, couldn't get him to third. I wouldn't have hated a bunt there. I know the guy's already in scoring position, but here's Parker. Cade takes outside, 1-0. I'm a young person with a little bit of an older baseball mind, I guess you would say. I still like bunting. 1-0. Parker gets that same breaking ball. Did he lay off? He did. 2-0. Sometimes you have to play small ball, unless you're the Braves. The Braves are the only team in the big leagues this year that haven't sacrificed. They just hit bombs. 2-0. And a ground ball to third, and another fortunate play over there by Ford at third as he just puts the glove down. That's the second time in a row that Cade Parker has been,
Right fielder number 30, Jason Hodges.
wouldn't say robbed, but nice play over there by Ford. He just hits it right to him. So 2 outs now here in the 7th for Strasburg, and here's the 9-hitter Jason Hodges. Hodges has been on the last 2 innings. He has scored the last 2 innings. Single in the 5th, walk and a stolen base and a run scored in the 6th. Here's the pitch, and he takes outside. The Strasburg, they've already wasted 1 leadoff double tonight. That was back in the 2nd inning. And they're in danger of wasting another one. There is a base open at first, and the top of the lineup is next in Reese Woody. See if Hodges can come up with a big knock. Jason, for the 3rd consecutive AB, he did not go. That's the 3rd consecutive at-bat. The count was 1-0. He has thrown that breaking ball, and they have checked their swing, and they have not gone around on neither of the 3. What are the odds of that? Now this right here is where you get a fastball, and you absolutely crush it to right center. 2-0, the pitch. He gets a breaking ball, and it misses 3-0. Yeah, good thing he wasn't me. I'm up here in this leather chair. And I rarely say this, but I wouldn't be against a green light here from Hodges. 3-0. The lefty, Woody on deck. And he takes maybe a changeup. Didn't look like a lot of velocity on it. 3-1. Wouldn't be a terrible matchup for the TomSox with Woody up next, lefty-lefty. unless he's able to beat him out. 3-1. Hodges takes down low, ball 4, and he has been gotten on via the walk for the second consecutive inning. He's been on for 3 straight innings now.
Number 19, Reese Woody.
And here's Reese Woody. Woody, until that last AB, had a very quiet night besides his walk in the first. Here's one way to really wake everybody up and make a dent in this score. First and second, 2 outs. Woody will bat against the lefty Arroyo. Arroyo threw an inning and a third here so far. Fastball, high strike, 0-1. Six to 4, Express, bottom 7. The 0-1. Breaking ball. He thought about it. This time it wasn't the overhand breaking ball like the curve. It was more of a slider. 1-1. I don't know if I'm ready to start the sweeper jargon. I'm still in the slider. Maybe next year. Till they force it down our throat. 1-1. And there's the breaking ball again. That's a pretty good looking pitch, but just off the plate, 2-1. Can Reese Woody come up with a huge insurance hit here for Strasburg after their leadoff double from Chase Ingram? 2 balls and a strike to Woody. And that's to the backstop. Runners are going to move up. And here's the throw to second for some reason. And it's caught by the shortstop Edwards. Charlottesville, they could have had a big boo-boo right there as Ferentz decided to throw all the way down through the middle of the infield. It didn't hurt him, though. It's still going to be second and third with 2 outs and a 3-1 count. So Ingram at third and Hodges at second. 3-1. And a line drive to left center. That is going to be over the head of the left fielder. It bounces up against the wall. 2 runs are going to score, and the Express lead at 8-4.
Catcher, number 20, Logan Vaughn.
Reese Woody with a line drive double that this left fielder Garrett Spikes had go right over his head. He couldn't get the glove up in time to make the catch. And the Express lead at 8-4 here in the 7th. The pitch to Logan Vaughn is a called strike. Reese Woody, back-to-back innings with doubles. He has 3 RBIs in the last 2 innings. What a big knock. He hit it hard, and Spikes could not make the catch. Runner at second is Woody, 0-1. That is outside and low, 1-1. Wow. The last 3 innings, this Strasburg offense has risen from the depths. 1-1 to Vaughn. Vaughn the last 2 innings, a single and a walk. Arroyo's pitch. Breaking ball outside, 2-1. No bullpen activity for Charlottesville. Just an unbelievable surge here for the Strasburg Express, who continue to battle, fight, and scratch here in the last week or so of baseball. Vaughn, ground ball to third, off the third baseman's glove and into left field. Rounding third and coming home to score from Woody. The ball is out of play, and it's unraveling for Charlottesville here in the 7th inning. It's another run. It's 9-4. And E5 gets the runner to second.
Third baseman, number 25, Mitch Smith.
Woody comes home to score. Third error of the night for the TomSox. Lyndon Coleman coming out, and he's going to call to the bullpen. He's calling on a right-hander. And it looks like he might be calling on his right fielder to come into pitch. The Strasburg Express 9. The Charlottesville TomSox 4. Pitching change for Charlottesville. What a week of baseball this has been for the Express. We'll be back after this. Mitch Smith will bat here with a man on second and 2 outs. Nathan Fink goes from right field to the mound. And Arroyo, who was at first earlier, then went to pitch, is going back to first. So he's at first base here. 9-4 Strasburg, bottom 7. Smith awaiting the pitch from Fink. And that is a called strike, 1-1. Numbers we don't have for Fink at the moment, on the mound at least. 1 ball, 1 strike to Smith. And Mitch swings and misses, 1-2. Final score, Harrisonburg defeats Winchester 6-2. The Turks sweep the Royals. They are now 4-0 in the postseason, and they're going to the Valley League Championship as Mitchell Smith, check swing, foul ball. It is 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Strasburg 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and 3 here in the 7th to this point. Here in Game 2 of the VBL semifinals. 1-2 to Smith coming up. And that is strike 3 called, and the half inning is over. But not before Strasburg adds on to their lead. They lead it 9-4, and they're 6 outs away. We'll be back after this. Strasburg 9, Charlottesville 4. We go to the 8th. 9-1-2, Spikes, Martinez, and Edwards as Rosario deals outside 1-0. Strasburg 9 runs over the last 3 innings. They were down 4-0 in this thing. 1-0. Just low, 2-0. Well, for Rosario, now you have this kind of lead, you just got to throw strikes. You can't walk anybody at this point. You just throw strikes. If they hit it, they hit it. Have to make them earn it. 2-0 to count the count to Spikes. And a ground ball into right field, a base hit. So they do hit it. It's a leadoff single for the TomSox here in the 8th.
Second baseman 31, Bryce Martinez.
Back to the top of the lineup, Bryce Martinez, the second baseman. Bryce is 1 for 3 tonight, single in the 3rd, sack bunt in the 6th. He will not be sacrifice bunting here. Doesn't mean he won't try to bunt for a base hit, though. That's up and in. 1-0. Cannot let off the gas. You have to keep your focus here. You have to play it like you're tied or winning by 1 or losing by 1. The 1-0 pitch. That misses. 2-0. There is some throwing down in the Express bullpen. Don't want to start walking, guys. That's the last thing you can afford to have happen. 2-0 to Martinez. Inside, ball 3. Free passes are a great way of losing games. Absolutely no lead at all at first for Spikes, and that almost hits him. And that's ball 4. And I mean, gets to the point where you've almost got to make a change here. You can't risk this turning into a snowball effect.
Kyle Edwards.
And I think Strasburg's going to the pen here. Maybe just a breather for Rosario, give him a chance to gather himself. Yeah, you'd like to get another inning here out of Rosario, and you can still do so if he can come back here and get a ground ball, turn 2, or at least, you know, at this point in the game, it's about how many outs are left. How many you count down from 6 outs, 5, 4, and so on. That's more of what you have to really focus on. They are going to leave him in here. So he's going to face at least one more batter. First and second, nobody out for Charlottesville. That is visit number 3 on Strasburg. So the 2-hitter Kyle Edwards, who is 0 for 4 tonight, will bat. And again, you have to look at it in different ways. This is a small ballpark. One swing here makes it 9-7. One swing can make it 9-7. The pitch, breaking ball, strike 1, and a great start to the AB for Alex Rosario as he finds the strike zone. 0-1. Breaking ball, and ball 1, 1-1. The count is 1-1. Rosario sets and deals in the dirt, and Vaughn makes an unbelievable block. 2-1. Last thing you want to do, let him back in the game after you completely take the energy right from him. But Charlottesville, they do not give up. We saw it last night. 2-1. In the dirt, 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Another ball here would load up the bases. And strike 2 is fired in there. Full count, 3-2. I can guarantee runners will not be moving on the pitch. Rosario set. Big pitch right here. And a swing, and oh, Vaughn couldn't hold on to it. It's fouled away off the glove. It's still 3-2. Rosario made his pitch. Just getting a piece was Edwards. Three-two again. The set and the pitch. Ball 4. And 2 walks and a single here in the inning for the TomSox.
Chris Arroyo.
And they are going to leave him in the game. Rosario is going to stay in the game. Bases loaded and nobody out. And a ground ball right side. Parker will go to first. They will get an out, and that's the first out in the 8th. That ball looks like that was going to sneak into the outfield. So the TomSox get a run. It's 9-5. RBI ground out for Arroyo.
Now batting number 23, Nathan Fink.
Well, here's Nathan Fink. Rosario still in the game. 2nd and 3rd. 1 out in the 8th. 9-5 the score. Fastball misses 1-0. Just have to limit the damage, but it's hard to be productive working behind in the count. But what that ground out did do is it got the magic number down to 5 for Strasburg. 5 outs left in this game. 1-0 to Fink. In the dirt, 2-0. Time is called. And a walk here would put the tying run at the plate. And it's not going to be Teal. It would be Brady Gumpf. 2 balls, no strikes. And Fink swings at ball 3 and fouls it off. That pitch was inside. 2-1. But obviously a hitter's count. Fink trying to make something happen there. It's understandable to swing at that pitch. 2-1 the count. Breaking ball fouled out of play, and once again Rosario gets to a 2-strike count. Rosario 15 strikes, 18 balls through an inning and a third. He's allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, and does have a strikeout. Big pitch here, 2-2. And a foul ball. Getting a piece is Nathan Fink. Strasburg trying to stay away from a couple of their bullpen arms tonight in the scenario that they might win tonight and move on to the championship. But you know, it's tough this time of the year. I think Strasburg has, 10 pitchers left? 9, 10 pitchers? So you just kind of have to sacrifice. If you want to go for it and try to win tonight, you might not win tomorrow night. 2-2. And that's up and in. Ball 3 and a ball away from putting the tying run at the plate. Here is Rosario. Strasburg coming into this inning with all the momentum in the world, and it's slowly leaking out. 3-2 to Fink. And a swing and a miss. He blew the fastball right by him. Credit to Alex Rosario right there for trusting his fastball and getting it by Fink. That's the 2nd out here in the 8th inning.
Fielder number 27, Brady Gumpf.
Here's the new right fielder, came in last half inning, Brady Gumpf. Gumpf out of the University of Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, out of South Bend, Indiana. So Rosario with a huge strikeout there. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, and it's 0-1. 0-1 to Gumpf. Strike 2 at the knees, 0-2. Gumpf batting .600 in the postseason. He's 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Rosario way ahead, 0-2. The pitch, foul ball. Left a breaking ball up a little bit. Gumpf able to get a piece, still 0-2. Oh-2. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the TomSox leave men in scoring position. Rosario struck him out. Back-to-back strikeout swinging. And the Express are 3 outs away from punching their ticket to the Valley Baseball League Championship Series. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
Shenandoah Valley's #1 Honda.
Victor Castillo leads it off for the Strasburg Express as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Castillo, O'Shaughnessy, and Ingram. First pitch from Nathan Fink, misses 1-0. Strasburg leads it 9-5 in the bottom of the 8th inning. That is outside 2-0. Castillo tonight 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. He has also picked up 2 RBIs. 2-0. And that's up high 3-0. So now in danger of a leadoff walk. Castillo way ahead. And that's ball. Ooh, called strike 1. 3-1. And a high pop-up. So instead of a walk, it's a fly out to right field. And there's 1 out here in the 8th. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Shaggy, Michael O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy, 2 strikeouts tonight, a walk, a single, and an RBI. Getting close to a 3-hour mark here tonight. O'Shaughnessy is hit by a pitch. I think he got hit right on the foot. So he will take first base after the HBP.
Now batting number 22, Chase Ingram.
And it brings Ingram to the plate. Chase with a leadoff double to right center his last time up. First pitch is low, 1-0. 1-0 is up and in off the glove of the catcher, Ferentz, but O'Shaughnessy holds up at first. 2 balls, no strikes. Ingram takes inside, 3-0. And he takes right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. What an interesting season this has been so far here in 2023. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, 3-2. So from 3-0 to 3-2. O'Shaughnessy lead at first. He does not go. The pitch is swung on and missed. And coming all the way back from 3-0 to strike him out.
Anthony LaSala.
Well, it's the 3rd strikeout of the night for Ingram, but that double last inning really helped the Express. Cannot forget about Big Knox. LaSala takes low. Anthony has had a good night tonight offensively and defensively. Been on twice tonight, a walk, actually 3 times, a walk, a double, and an error. Struck out swinging back in the 7th. Checks his swing, called strike, 1-1. TomSox will have 6, 7, and 8 due up in the 9th. 9-5 at a minimum. The pitch. That's in the dirt. Ferentz blocks it. 2 balls and a strike. Again, if you're just joining us, the Harrisonburg Turks defeated the Winchester Royals tonight 6-2, ending Winchester's season. So the Turks, regardless of what happens, well, let me pull that back here. Give me a second. 2-1. And a high pop-up into left field. Racing out to shortstop Edwards. He makes the catch and the half inning is over. I'll give you the scenario in the 9th as we move on here from Strasburg. The Express 3 outs away from the championship series. We'll tell you about, well, Rosario's going to stay on the mound at least to start the inning. We're back after this. Ready or not, here we go. Kyle Gutschall back with you. We go to the top of the 9th. Game 2 of the VBL semifinals. The 1-seeded Charlottesville TomSox are on the ropes here against the homestanding 4-seeded Strasburg Express. Rosario is indeed back out for the 9th. He will face Ford, Ferentz, and Wiley. 3 outs away. The pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. So Harrisonburg, if Strasburg wins tonight, Harrisonburg will host Game 1 tomorrow night. That would be a 7:30 start. If Charlottesville wins tonight, Harrisonburg would be off tomorrow night. 0-1 the count to Ford. That's away. And if Charlottesville were to win tonight and tomorrow night, they would actually host Harrisonburg on Thursday night at Charlottesville. So those are the scenarios to tell you about. I'm glad that we can actually tell you about some scenarios, unlike the last couple of weeks. And that ball is absolutely crushed. It is way out of here, and the TomSox are within 3 here in the 9th. A leadoff home run for Henry Ford, his second home run of the night. I mean, that was absolutely destroyed. And this thing is not over yet. 9-6. 8th hit of the night. 11th hit of the night for Charlottesville.
Now batting number 35, Jacob Ferentz.
So it's not going to be a 1-2-3 inning. They are going to leave him in. Here's Ferentz. Ferentz is 0 for 3 tonight. That was one of the, that was just crushed. Breaking ball, strike one, 0-1. Strasburg won last night 8-6. They lead 9-6 here in the 9th, 3 outs away. 0-1, Rosario sets and deals. And that is in there, 0-2. We're coming up on the 3-hour mark here on this ball game between the Express and TomSox, 2 teams that have battled it out over the last 6 or 8 years here in the Valley League. 0-2 to the catcher. Breaking ball in the dirty, check to swing, no appeal. We have seen 5 errors combined in this game, 3 by the Sox, 2 by the Express. 1-2 the count. The pitch. And a high fly to left. This one's well struck, and that ball is gone. And the TomSox have gone back-to-back 2 solo shots here in the 9th inning, and it's 9-7. That one not nearly hit as well, but it still counts the same. Oh, man.
Batter number 19, David Lally.
And they, again, Strasburg, they're not going to the bullpen, and now they are. So things are getting a little bit tight here in the 9th. 2 straight back-to-back bombs by the TomSox, and that means they will get back to the top of their order. Rosario's done. Strasburg will go to the bullpen and try to finish this thing off here in the 9th. We're back after this. It's a pitching change. Well, folks, things have suddenly got very interesting here in the 9th inning. New pitcher for Strasburg, a guy they were trying to save until tomorrow, but he's going to be needed tonight, is Kyle Lewis out of Christopher Newport University. Out of Leesburg, 6'2", righty, 188. He will face the 8-hitter David Wiley here at the pitch. And breaking ball, uncorked, ball one. If you're just joining us, Charlottesville back-to-back solo home runs to start the top of the 9th. The lead is down to 2 for the Express. Trying to hold on for dear life as they did last night against these TomSox. Wiley's 1 for 3 tonight. 1-0. And a high fly to left field. That ball's crushed, but it's foul. That may have just had home run distance. But it goes down in the point streak scorebook as a foul ball, and it's 1-1. TomSox are suddenly finding the left field side, and that's what I was talking about earlier. If you recall, this kind of ballpark, you never know. Lewis in the playoffs, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, and no ERA. 1-1 to Wiley. Lewis sets, and he delivers. Breaking ball. Misses, 2-1. If Wiley can get on, the 9-hitter Spikes would come up as the tying run here in the 9th inning. It's like being a Phillies fan. It's just never over until it's absolutely over. 2-1. Strike called, 2-2. Nice pitch there from Kyle Lewis. And I will say that I am a Phillies fan, so I know how it feels. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out in the 9th. Strasburg looking for the first out. Lewis sets, he delivers. Ball 3. Lewis with an overhand delivery. It's got some deception to it, but he's got to throw strikes. A walk here would really open the door for the TomSox. With Spikes next and the top of the lineup following. 3-2 the count. He sets. Long hold. And the pitch. Ball 4. And the tying run will come up to bat here in the 9th.
Now batting number 1, Garrett Spikes.
It was a close pitch, and he did not get the call. So now the lefty Spikes has a chance to be the hero to tie the game, or at least keep the line moving here in the 9th. Strasburg needs outs. He is going to step off the rubber. Defense is out there talking. Could he try to steal? He does not. The pitch is popped up. Left field. Castillo coming in. Continues to sprint. He makes the catch, nearly overrunning it. And that's the first out here in the 9th. It looked like the ball nearly popped out of his glove. His hat went flying. And that's the first out here in the 9th.
Now batting number 31, Bryce Martinez.
A huge out number 1. Castillo just barely holds on to the baseball. He has been fantastic in left field tonight. So now the Express 2 outs away here in the 9th. Back to the top of the lineup. It's Bryce Martinez, the second baseman. Batting for the 6th time tonight. He pops it up behind the plate, but it's going to get out of play. Into the bleachers, as you could probably hear. 0-1. What a series this has turned out to be here between these two teams. Again, last night's final score, Strasburg won 8-6. Tonight, It's 9-7. One out, top of the ninth. 0-1 count for Bryce Martinez. Kyle Lewis from Christopher Newport looking to lock down the save here in the ninth. 0-1. The pitch. That is low, 1-1. Charlottesville, 7 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors. Strasburg, 9 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. One to the second baseman Martinez. That is low, 2-1. So he got ahead in the count, and now the TomSox back ahead in the count. 2 runs thus far here in the ninth for the Express. Excuse me, 2 runs thus far in the inning for the TomSox to get it within 2. 2-1 to Martinez. Swing and a miss. Got him to swing after the changeup. It's 2-2. Martinez was jumping forward on that one, but that changeup dropped right through the zone, pulled the string on him, and the count is even at 2. 2-2, 1 out in the ninth. Wiley at first. The set and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be a tough play. Smith goes to first. They overrun third to second, and he's out. The base runner Wiley overran the second base bag as Smith held on to it, threw it to second, and got him out at second. An unbelievable high IQ play from Mitch Smith. Smith had no play at first base as Martinez was going to beat it out. He held on to it, and Wiley instinctively rounded the second base bag right there and came off just too much. Quick throw to second by Smith. Tag made, and there are 2 outs in the ninth. What a play from Mitch Smith. Here's Edwards, the last hope in the ninth. The pitch is just high, 1-0. I mean, high IQ at the forefront. The fact that he got the ball there quick enough and then the tag was put on quick enough is just, it's remarkable. One and 0 the count. The pitch to Edwards. That is low, 2-0. 2-0 the count. Runner goes, the pitch is hit high in the air, deep left field, and this ball game is tied. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kyle Edwards hits a 2-run home run to left with 2 outs in the top of the ninth inning, and this game is tied.
Now batting number 22, Chris Arroyo.
Unbelievable. 3rd home run of the inning for the TomSox, tying it up at 9 here in the ninth. Here's Chris Arroyo, the first baseman, former first baseman. Swings and misses. 0-1. Wow. 4 runs here in the ninth inning for the TomSox. The TomSox have waken up. They have been hitting the ball out of the ballpark to left. That was just a matter of if it was fair. Breaking ball misses. It's 1-1. Wow. No words right now. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The pitch. That is in there, and it's 1-2. Well, Strasburg will have 8, 9, and 1. Parker, Hodges, and Woody due up for their part of the bottom of the 9th as Charlottesville's getting an arm loose. Strasburg needs to get through this first. 1-2. The pitch. And that is hit deep to left field. That ball is going to be down, foul. Victor Castillo hopefully didn't hurt himself there, and he is coming up limping. He tried to lay out and make a diving catch in foul territory as Arroyo crushed it down the left field line. Charlottesville they have turned it on here in the 9th inning. Wow. What a disastrous 9th inning for the Express. Started by Rosario and Lewis coming in here as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strasburg just praying that Charlottesville doesn't hit a home run at this point. The 1-2. And that is strike 3 called. So, Strasburg allows 4 in the top of the 9th, and we're all tied up. They were just 1 out away from moving on to the championship. That's going to have to hold for at least a little bit longer. Strasburg needs 1 to move on. New pitcher coming in for the TomSox. We'll tell you about him after this. Well, we will indeed play a bottom of the 9th tonight as Strasburg's bullpen could not hold it. They give up 4 in the top half, and we're tied going to the bottom of the 9th. As the Express need 1 win to send themselves to the championship series, something they tasted just minutes ago, but let it get away from them, at least for now. It'll be Cade Parker, Jason Hodges, and the top of the lineup, Reese Woody. New pitcher is Davian Garcia for the TomSox. The pitch to Parker. That is low, ball 1. That looked like some pretty solid velocity. Garcia's one of their better arms, so have to expect he's going to be pretty good. 1-0 to Parker. The pitch. That is similar spot, this time called a strike, 1-1. So Gumpf has moved to left field. Fink has moved to right field, and Spikes, the left fielder, has been pulled out of the game. That all has to do with the DH being burned and some of the substitutions. 1-1 to Cade. Parker, tardy, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And that is outside, 2-2. Two to Cade Parker. Cade 0 for 4 tonight. 3 ground outs and a strikeout looking. Garcia deals, and he struck him out. And there's one out here in the ninth.
Hodges.
It brings Jason Hodges up. Hodges has scored in his last 3 plate appearances. Singled and scored in the 5th, walked and scored in the 6th, walked and scored in the 7th. 9-9 is the score. Strasburg trying to return the favor and hit one out of the ballpark to win it. The pitch. Breaking ball in there. Strike one. Davian Garcia out of Florida Gulf Coast University out of Tampa, Florida. 6-foot righty, 188. He starts with an open stance from the stretch, and then he comes closed, 0-1. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did, says the base umpire, and it's 0-2. So Garcia coming in here and shoving so far. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball high, 1-2. Time's called. Third baseman Ford is going to come in and talk. And now they're going to call the catcher in as well. Maybe he's going to tell him a certain pitch to throw. Maybe a breaking ball away. Third baseman getting involved with pitch calling. Not sure. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jason Hodges. Hodges out of Bethune-Cookman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Set and the pitch. That's in the dirt, 2-2. Well, you know, I was talking about 15 minutes ago how this was a weird season, heck of a game. Then everything else happened after that. Yeah, hey, validation sometimes. It's nice. 2-2 to Hodges. That's in the dirt, 3-2. On deck's Reese Woody. Woody in his last 2 ABs, 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 runs scored along with 3 RBIs. So the count is full, 3-2 to the 9-hitter, Hodges. And that is low, ball 4. Great AB, great plate appearance, I should say, from Jason Hodges. And the winning run is on first.
Reese Woody.
Back to the top of the lineup, it's Reese Woody, the center fielder. Reese 2 for 4 tonight, walked in the first. Reese hit as I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, a 3-run home run off of Braden Halliday last night that got Strasburg back in a good position. Got him a good lead. Can he be the hero tonight? Winning run at first, 1 out in the 9th. The pitch. Woody, and the ball gets away. It's off the catcher's glove to the backstop, and the winning run is in scoring position for the Express. Wild pitch right there. Charge to the catcher, Ferentz. So now, excuse me, a wild pitch. We're getting late here. 1-0 to Reese Woody. Winning run at second base. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Set is Garcia, and the pitch. That is in there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out, all knotted up at 9. These two teams have combined for 22 hits tonight. Strasburg looking for just 1 more. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Garcia blows the fastball by Woody, 1-2. On deck, Logan Vaughn, the catcher. Strasburg hoping they can finish it off right here. Meanwhile, Garcia trying to keep it tied with the winning run in scoring position. Garcia, long look in. Ferentz laying down the signs. A ball and 2 strikes. And stepping off the mound is Davian Garcia. Now time is called. And it's a pitch clock violation charged to the TomSox, so the count is 2-2. I like this umpire. He actually comes out and explains things. So that changes things a little bit. The count's even, 2-2. Garcia deals. And that is outside, ball 3. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Strasburg a run away from moving on to the championship series, trying to win their second consecutive home game via a walk-off. 3-2, and a foul off the netting. Still 3-2. Garcia looks in. He comes set. Reese Woody, the center fielder, awaiting the pitch. And that is ball 4.
The batter, number 20, Logan Vaughn.
Reese Woody draws the walk. And we've got an argument here between Lyndon Coleman and the home plate umpire. He is saying that ball is not down. You know, from our angle, it looked very good, but that's just me. All right, Logan Vaughn, he's been on 4 times tonight. A hit by pitch, a single, a walk, and an error. Home run would work, too. Winning run at second, and Garcia's going to step off the rubber, looks for new signs. Winning run is at second. That guy at first means nothing to the TomSox, absolutely nothing. Could mean a double play, but other than that, absolutely nothing. Vaughn from the left side. Here's the pitch. And that's a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. The hero from the other night, Mitch Smith, is on deck. We'll see if it gets that far here in the 9th inning. Again, Charlottesville, if you're just joining us, 4 in the top of the 9th to tie it, to force this bottom of the 9th here tonight in Strasburg. 0-1 to Vaughn. And a foul ball, it's 0-2. Charlottesville dominated this game through the first 4.5 innings. Strasburg 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th. But the TomSox with 4 big runs here in the 9th. And they're trying to steal one here today. But Strasburg with a great chance here in the 9th to recover and still hold on and win this thing. Long look in from Garcia. He can't step off, I don't think, either. 0-2. And Vaughn strikes out swinging. And that is the second out in the 9th.
Number 25, Mitch Smith.
And here's Mitchell Smith, the hero from the game against Woodstock a couple of days ago. He tries to do it again. First and second, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. 9-9 the score, winning run at second. Garcia delivers. Swing and a foul back, 0-1. TomSox will have Fink, Gumpf, and Ford due up if we get to the 10th inning. That's if we get there. Strasburg obviously wants to finish it here. And if you're Smith, I know he's trying to time up the fastball, trying to get a hold of one, just as the TomSox did against Charlottesville, or the TomSox did against Strasburg in the top of the 9th. 0-1 to Mitchell Smith. Garcia sets, looks at second, and the pitch. That is outside. Smith thought about it, but it laid off, 1-1. Again, all you need here, unless you hit it to Fink and right, is a base hit, most likely. Fink, not a guy you want to run on. At least not what he's shown so far tonight with his arm. There is room in the right center gap, 1-1. And that's fouled back. Sound like he might have broke the bat. He's checking. And the count is 1-2. Charlottesville, after all of this tonight, a strike away from sending this to extra innings. Garcia looks in for his sign. 1-2. And the pitch. That's outside, 2-2. Some big league news tonight. The Houston Astros left-hander Framber Valdez has thrown a no-hitter against the Cleveland Guardians on just 93 pitches. Houston's 5th no-hitter since 2019. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th in a 9-9 game. Strasburg looking for just one more run. And strike 3 called, and we are going to extra innings here in Strasburg. TomSox will likely put Arroyo on second to start the inning. We're going to extras here tonight. Back to Strasburg, we go to the 10th. Kyle Lewis still on the mound. The ghost runner intentional tiebreaker rule guy is at second. That's Chris Arroyo. So it's set to be Fink, Gumpf, and Ford here in the 10th. Strasburg thinking possible bunt here in a 9-9 game. We start the 10th. Lewis in the stretch. And the pitch. Up and in, 1-0. Again, Strasburg with a win tonight would move on to play Harrisonburg. A win tonight for Charlottesville would force a Game 3 tomorrow night at Charlottesville. 1-0. Change up. Ball 2. And the worst thing is here is if you walk him, then they'll just bunt both of them over. So you need to throw strikes here. Nathan Fink, 1 for 5 tonight with a single and a run scored. 2-0. Lewis sets and delivers. And a ground ball to short. That is off the glove and into center field. Throw into second base, and the TomSox lead it 10-9 here in the 10th. So unearned run there on the ledger.
Batter, number 27, Brady Gumpf.
Of Lewis. So now they're going to go to a pinch runner. 23 is coming in to run. Maybe not 23 then. 14, excuse me.
Now running at first base, number 14, Sergio Rivera.
So Sergio Rivera will run. And now we're seeing J.C. Sander coming out to talk to the home plate umpire. So regardless, it's 10-9. As the TomSox have come all the way back here late in this ball game, and What an awful way this could be to lose a game if you're Strasburg. Just an out away, just inches away from punching their ticket tonight to go to the championship series. Again, Charlottesville's ace Perkins said to be available tomorrow night. This is a game Strasburg was coming in looking at as a must-win game, even if they do have a game 3 tomorrow night if needed. So now you got to expect a bunt here, maybe even a steal. So Gump will bat here. It's already 10-9. TomSox have already taken the lead here in the 10th with the ghost runner. Rivera, not a guy that's afraid to steal bases. Here's the pitch. He does not go. Changeup misses 1-0. One out. And a pop-up and out of play, 1-1. Well, pressure's already on Strasburg, the fact that Charlottesville has scored 1 run. It's never a given, especially in these games, to score that runner from second, although it should be. Count is 1-1. Big, huge lead by Rivera. He goes. Pitch is hit high in the air. Left field. It's going to stay in the park. Let's see if Castillo can see it. He does. He makes the catch. Rivera looks like he might have hurt himself, or he's playing hurt or running hurt, because he kind of limped back to first. Regardless, it's a high fly out to left for the first out here in the 10th. It'll bring up Henry Ford, the third baseman.
Now batting number 5, Henry Ford.
Well, Ford started the 9th inning with a solo home run to left to get Charlottesville back into the game. They went on to score 3 more times after that. He tries to do it again. Here's the pitch. That is just outside, 1-0. Again, pinch runner at first for the TomSox. That is Rivera. Sergio Rivera. 1-0 the count. Lewis set. And the pitch. That's in the dirt. Vaughn with a great block. 2-0. The catcher, Jacob Ferentz, is on deck. He also hit a home run in the 9th inning. 2-0, dangerous count here for Ford. The pitch. Outside, 3-0. 15 hits tonight for Charlottesville. 15. Ten runs, 15 hits, 3 errors. 3-0 the count to Ford. And that's outside, ball 4.
Catcher, number 35, Jacob Ferentz.
And here's Jacob Ferentz, the catcher. Again, he had struck out, reached on an error walk, and popped out before his home run last time. But Charlottesville, they just started to get hot and were crushing the ball to left. So first and second now. And the pitch. Runners go. It's a double steal. Here's the throw to second. Nearly thrown into the outfield. It'll be a ball, and the runners are at second and third. So now the infield has to come in. And I wouldn't count out a squeeze here. 1-0 to Ferentz. He lines it in the left. It's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run is going to score. It's going to be a RBI single, and it's 11-9 Charlottesville.
batting number 19, David Wiley.
And again, Strasburg is just pretty much out of pitching. I mean, that's kind of the issue here. Here's David Wiley, 11-9 Charlottesville here in the 10th. And a high fly to right field. Coming in is the right fielder Hodges, and it's out of play, 0-1. Yeah, this shaping up to be just an absolutely heartbreaking ball game here for these Express. A game they were out of for the first half of the game, then came storming back, and then a disastrous ninth inning. Now here in the 10th, they've already allowed 2 to this point. 0-1 to Wiley. And he's going to squeeze, and it's foul. He tried to get the suicide squeeze down. Fouled it off, and now he's behind 0-2. Well, the count is 0-2. 1 out here in the 10th. Wiley the batter. And a swing and a miss. He went after a pitch way out of the zone, and that is out number 2. Now who's going to bat here? Davian Garcia is going to hit.
Garcia.
So Garcia, the pitcher, is going to hit right here. We're 2 outs in the 10th. The pitch. Fastball right down the middle, 0-1. Strasburg will have Smith starting at second in the 10th. It'll be Castillo, O'Shaughnessy, and Ingram due up against Davian Garcia. 0-1 the count. They're going to try to steal a run again. Stepping off is the pitcher. Might as well just let him go. Charlottesville making a little bit of a mockery of the game out there, but 0-1. And the pitch. And he fouls it back. Garcia got a piece, 0-2. The reason I say that, for anyone that may be wondering, is runner took off from first trying to distract the pitcher. The pitcher stepped off. He was giving second base to the runner, Ferentz. And then Ferentz was acting like he was going to go back to first during the pitch. 0-2 the count to Garcia. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Great catch by the catcher, Vaughn. Throw to first is in time, and that will do it in the 10th. But not before. Charlottesville scores 2 runs, and they lead it 11-9. Davian Garcia will come out to try to finish it off, as Smith will start at second and face Castillo, O'Shaughnessy, and Ingram. Strasburg needs 2 to tie, 3 to win it when we come back. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Ghost runner at second is Mitch Smith. Victor Castillo will bat as the tying run here in the bottom of the 10th. Davian Garcia is still on the mound for Charlottesville. Again, the TomSox have scored 7 over the last 3 innings. 7 runs after Strasburg scored 9 over 3 innings. So the Express need 2 to tie. Castillo hits it high in the air to right field, but he got under it. Fink, actually that's Wiley, makes the flat-footed catch, and there's a big out number 1 here in the 10th. Castillo just getting under that one. And the Express are suddenly down to their last 2 outs here in the 10th.
Number 17, Michael O'Shaughnessy.
It'll bring O'Shaughnessy, the DH, to the plate. Strasburg was so close to finishing the TomSox off here tonight, finishing the series and moving on. They're now up against it in a big way. Down 2 with only 2 outs left here in the bottom of the 10th. Garcia delivers to O'Shaughnessy. That is down and in, 1-0. Ty Hooks is in the on-deck circle. He would bat for Ingram. 1-0. O'Shaughnessy trying to pick up a big hit. Check swing, he didn't go. 2-0. Strasburg really has no, other than Hooks, I don't think they have any position players left. Now they appeal down to third. He didn't go. About 30 seconds too late. 2-0. TomSox trying to come in here and absolutely steal one that they almost had stolen away from themselves. 2-0. Down and in, 3-0, and a walk here would bring the go-ahead run to the plate. Charlottesville 11, Strasburg 9, 1 out, bottom of the 10th. O'Shaughnessy will be taking here, 3-0. And he takes right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. So Garcia able to find the strike zone there. O'Shaughnessy out of Davidson. It's been on 3 times tonight. A single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. He does have an RBI back in the 5th. 3-1. And a chopper back to the mound. Routine play for the pitcher. Throws to first, and there are 2 outs.
Now batting number 11, Ty Hooks.
And Ty Hooks is going to pinch hit for Chase Ingram here in the 10th. Hooks, the catcher, out of Winthrop. Strasburg down to their last out here in the 10th. LaSala, Parker, and Hodges would follow, the bottom third of the lineup. The pitch to Hooks is a called strike, 0-1. So it's looking more and more likely that Harrisonburg is going to be off tomorrow night. 2 outs here in the 10th, 0-1. Strike 2, 0-2. Tied behind 0-2. Set in the pitch, swing and a miss. The ball gets past the catcher. Here's the throw to first. It's perfect. And the Charlottesville TomSox have come in and absolutely stolen away Game 2 of the Valley Baseball League semifinals as Strasburg collapses and falls here tonight 11-9. In a game that Strasburg had all but won, they allow it to get away and possibly cost them their season here tonight. TomSox win it tonight 11-9. As we take a look at tonight's box score, the victorious TomSox, 11 runs, 16 hits, and 3 errors. And the losing Strasburg Express, 9 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Strasburg, they were oh so close tonight to wrapping this series up and sending it to Harrisonburg tomorrow night. Instead, the Express will go to Charlottesville and face the best pitcher in the Valley League this season, and that is Mark Perkins, the right-hander out of Rice. Perkins has been outstanding. So Strasburg will be up against it tomorrow night to try to keep their season going as they fall tonight by a final score of 11-9. Charlottesville has to be one of the first teams that has ever lost the first game in both series to come back and win it. But they have to win tomorrow night for that to be true. Game 3 will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in Charlottesville. The Express will have to head back down the road to play the TomSox as Charlottesville storms back here tonight with 1 in the 8th, 4 in the 9th, and 2 in the 10th to win it 11-9. Winner of tomorrow night's game will move on to play the Harrisonburg Turks in Harrisonburg. Unless Charlottesville wins, then the TomSox would host Game 1. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Again, as I said the other night, thank you for joining us all season long. It's been a pleasure being with you. And we hope we'll be back here for Game 2 of the Championship Series in a few days. But if we're not, thank you for joining us all season long. Strasburg, they lose a heartbreaker tonight, 11-9, and their season comes down to tomorrow night as they will battle it out against Perkins and the TomSox. Thank you for joining us tonight in a game that lasted 3 hours and 45 minutes. Charlottesville victorious in 10 innings, 11-9. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you hopefully soon. This is Kyle Gutschall signing off for the 2023 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League.